Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper Viperland, and we've returned. It's House and Fata Morgana. Oh boy, we we had some stuff happen last week. Also, hey, Ark and Ramen and Sora, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. Yeah, we some stuff happened last week. Only happy times are happening always. And definitely no outside party in any way trying to influence things whatsoever. Yep. Yep. Cool. And so, yeah, last week sure was something. Yeah. We had a whole arc of we hate Mikhail, we don't hate Mikhail, we love Mikhail. And Mikhail definitely had an arc of I'm hearing voices. I'm hearing voices. I love her. The voice is telling me not to love her. Cool. Morning. No, afternoon. Master! Ah. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, come on, put a little more oomph into it. Same Giselle as always. I must say, last night was something, Master. Something. Like kids say, we had cinema. Yeah, I didn't know you had that in you. Just thinking about it. Ow. Hey, that hurt. What was that for? I was struck with an insatiable urge to whack you. Whatever happened to your heartfelt desire to do whatever you can for me? I don't think hitting me counts. You're tough enough to get over a little bonk. You're being so nice yesterday. Where did that go? So, would you like to explain why you're making dirty jokes first thing in the morning? Yeah, just trying to lighten the mood to hide my embarrassment. Fair enough. Alright, but could you not joke about that in the future? I didn't actually do anything to you. No, you didn't. Sorry. Say, could I ask you something? Yes. You hardly ever use my name. It makes us feel so distant. Could you do something about that, maybe? Says the one who just calls us master. Not saying anything about the pot and the kettle, but you know, I'm implying it. Babe? No. That is not you at all. Just go with my name, please. We've graduated from a master-servant relationship to a romantic relationship, but that is a bit much. Oh, you have? You have? Really? You have? You have? Wasn't that all caps shouted at us first thing in the morning? We've graduated from it. Totally graduated. Thankfully, she's doing her best to carry the party with her higher stats, but yes. Romantic relationship. Exactly. So, in honor of the new us, let's make this last. Alright, Mikhail? Alright. Yeah, something. At the time, the light that had entered our life seemed unreal and fantastical. But I prayed that it would indeed last. In hope of an equally bright future, I allowed myself to rejoice in the moment, letting the unconquered shadows that lurked in my peripheral remain unseen. Again, everything we know about this game says that they live happily ever after, right? Definitely. Blackness consumes the once colorful space. Giselle still stands before me, as she did within the door, but I struggle to reconcile the two scenes. They are both real. They are both her. The lively, spunky girl of the past and the lifeless girl of the present are both Giselle. As different as they seem, they are both her. Why don't we stop there? It was a wonderful story. They overcame their troubles and lived happily ever after. Tonight's gonna be a happy night, isn't it? Yeah. Is that not good enough? It could not be worse than where we are now. All we have to do then is erase the now. Throw everything away and start over from where it was better. You were able to bear them because they weren't your tragedies. That goes for more than just me. Actually, as a matter of fact, those words apply even better to her than me. The ending is already set in stone. It's already happened. What point is there in watching it again? All that accomplishes is making me relive it all. No. Us. Specifically those two, not like us. The ending has not been written. We are both here now, which means our end still lies ahead of us. Then, can I ask you, promise not to let go of my hand no matter what? No matter what happens, you mustn't let go of my hand. Now I understand. That was a request, even if she didn't perceive it as such. In place of a verbal response, I squeezed her hand in mine. I know where this tale is heading. I mean, other than depression, I don't. But it's sure gonna be towards tragedy. Yeah, no, that much I picked up on. I got that much. That I understood. All the other doors we visited ended in tragedy, and ours is no exception. But perhaps what's waiting at the end of this one is even more dire than I imagined. The door to our past swings open once more, behind which lies the end of me, and the beginning of her. Oh, goody. Oh, do we have another? Yeah. Those drop fresh at the start of every stream, whatever like the past few handful of streams were. Yep, that one's having a time there. It's not quite the sound of a roaring fire, per se. It's a little too crunchy for that. A month had passed since the night with the rose. Right on schedule, the monthly delivery arrived. But it was a letter that would dramatically change our lives. But in it was a letter. My father, Antonin, had fallen ill and died. Ooh. I presumed it was the witch's doing, but she was silent, refusing to respond to my question. If it wasn't her, then he must have died naturally. Seemed more than a little tasteless to celebrate someone's death. But good taste and reality do not always agree. I was extremely relieved to hear the news. The man had raped Giselle. He had tried to have me killed. And now he was gone from this world. I had been waiting for this moment for years. His passing had another effect as well. My death could be revoked. Many years ago, my brother had told me that when he succeeded our father, he would welcome me back to the Bollinger estate, and I could be part of the family once more, which meant this letter signaled the end of my banishment. I'm not sure how to feel about it. Yeah, rejoicing doesn't seem really appropriate. This means you can return home now, right? In theory, my brother is set to take control of the estate, so he should be accommodating. Going to write a letter, then have them send us a carriage. It is much too long a distance to walk. Alright. I'm excited. What should we do first when we get back to the capital? Oh, I know. How about you stop by my place? My mom and sister won't believe they're definitely the winning combination of both alive and happy, right? Definitely. Definitely. My time in this mansion was almost at its end. The future I'd only vaguely envisioned was now within my reach. I had always spoken of this moment, predicated with eventually, like it was some kind of unobtainable fantasy. But now that it was practically a reality, I realized I hadn't actually given it much thought. Hey, are you still awake? I am. Not a great night for sleeping, huh? Are you thinking about your family? It all seems so surreal. Yeah, it does. This house is like a desert island, cut off from the world, which makes everything feel kind of like a fairy tale sometimes. Even what we have. From time to time, I get the feeling that nothing is real. The outside world is just a figment of my imagination. That my entire life only ever existed within these walls. Are you nervous? Maybe I am. I always thought that when this day arrived, it would be more cathartic. I'm sorry, I'm finally able to take you back to the capital, and I can't seem to get past my own negativity. It's only natural to be nervous. I am too. I haven't spent nearly as long as you living in this mansion, but I know how you feel because I feel the same way. Not knowing what the future holds, it's scary. You know, I was thinking, I would be okay with staying. I mean, I would love to return to the capital, and I miss my family dearly, but even if I never got to see them again, in no way would I consider myself unhappy. I honestly think I've got a pretty wonderful life. If you're not comfortable going back to that house, and you're just saying you'll endure it from me, Giselle, there are other paths we can take. You could live with your family, or you could remain here in the mansion. Not at all, no, I want to. No matter where I go, you'll be there with me, Mikhail. It's true I am nervous, not knowing what the future holds, but not in a scared, something bad might happen kind of way. It's more of a jittery, excited anxious. I'm confident the two of us can overcome anything, no matter what obstacles may come our way. Together we can create an even more wonderful future. Don't worry, Mikhail. The future's nothing to be afraid of. You make it sound like I'm paralyzed with fear. But you are, aren't you? And now, don't give me that look. Once again, she's the one pushing me forward. I will make sure you have a good, happy life. Thank you. What? Nothing. Feeling kind of sentimental, thinking about how we've only got a little more time left here. It wasn't perfect, yeah, no kidding, but it was an important part of my life. Indeed. Say, yes? Well, I think I could handle it right now, probably. It? Oh, use your head, you little... I don't follow. How can you be so dense? I mean, you know, touching and so forth. You know, take the next step? I'm saying I'm feeling up for that. Right now. Not proper for a woman to bring up that subject, is it? But I did kind of ask you to wait. I feel bad leading you on for so long. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're shaking. I'm just really emotional, that's all. You don't need to force yourself if you're not ready. I can wait as long as you need. Besides, never mind. It's fine. There's no need to rush things. You don't need to worry. Yeah. He is super dense, though. Like, hot damn. I wrote two letters. One to my brother, and one to my mother. One so Giselle could return, and one so I could be myself. To demonstrate who I was, I had to prove that I was not cursed. For failing to do that would not only bring her grief, might become the final crack in the identity I'd built up for myself. I had to convince her that I was neither demon nor angel, but a human man who had fallen in love with a human woman. However, I was too foolish to realize that the future I envisioned was nothing but a fantasy. Had I been able to grasp that, then maybe I could have taken her somewhere far away, where no one knew who we were, where things might have turned out differently. It's been really foggy out lately. Rather if we left when it was clear. It'd be terrible if the coachman rolled the carriage because he couldn't see where we were going. If there wasn't so much fog, I would probably have been able to see little columns of orange evening sunlight, fighting their way through the trees. But the milky white mist seems to swallow up all the light, leaving nothing for the surrounding area. It was a rather dreary weather. I wonder when they'll be here. Although, if they never do show up, that's okay too. I was finally able to return to the capital with Mikhail, to see my family again. That was wonderful. It was like a dream come true. But it wouldn't disappoint me if that didn't end up happening. I don't care where I ended up. As long as Mikhail was there with me. That's all that matters. I should probably close the windows. Coach isn't likely to show up at night, I don't think. I reached my hands out to shut a window when I saw something wavering beyond the heavy mist. Light? It wasn't just the one. Looking closer revealed several more flickering spots. They moved up and down, slowly but rhythmically. As more and more came into view, my mind began seeing them as people carrying torches. Coming this way. Could they be our escorts back to the capital? Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the rest of the family understood what happened, but not the mother, who admittedly was portrayed as quite insane when she left, and I do not imagine that has gotten better in the year and a half, I want to estimate by now. I don't know what the times... It was about a year when they were like, hey, we're actually in love. I don't know what the time was between that and right now. But we'll say somewhere between a year and a half? I don't know. I don't think they gave a good estimation, right? The kind of just... Was there a... It was just a... This happened. Hold on. Nope. Doesn't go back that far. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they didn't specify like 6 months later. It was just a amorphous future. Though... What? As soon as the thought, there sure are a lot, popped in my head, something whizzed past my cheek. What? Huh? What? What was... Huh? Why? What? It was an arrow. Giselle. What? Ah! The arrow had flown through the window and pierced the opposite wall. Had Mikhail not knocked me out of the way... Giselle, are you okay? Fine. But what... What's going on? Never mind that. Right now we need to run. Huh? Wait, Mikhail. Now! There's no time to talk. Stay out of sight of the windows. Got it. He grabbed my hand and broke into a run. A relentless storm of arrows showered through the windows we had worked so hard to get open a year ago. This wasn't what we had gone through all that effort for. Once I open the front door, run. We have to get as far away from this house as quickly as we can. What's happening? Why do we have to run? Why were these people firing arrows at us? With the wave of questions came a wave of fear. I couldn't say anything. The sheer terror had frozen my jaw in place. Get ready. I nodded, squeezing his hand tight. I knew it would be just another obstacle to his safe escape, but I didn't want to let go of his hand. I was afraid that if I did, I would never be able to hold it again. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could have gone out the exit for the rose garden? But I don't know if any of the other exits exit to, like, denser woods, I guess? Those are the only two exits we know about, right? The main exit and the rose garden. There might be another, but those are the ones that we've explicitly heard about. Are you alright? I'm fine. But how? There are people out front too? Oh. Okay, so they were approaching from the side or back or whatever. Damn it. Why? Several arrows were sticking out of the floor before us. Beyond the door, which Michaela had managed to shut almost immediately, rang a cacophony of whoosh thump, whoosh thump. We can't escape? Why? What's going on? Damn it. With a deep scowl, Mikhail barred the door, and all the while the arrows kept flying. The panic in the air kept growing thicker. I don't understand. How did they... Only a handful of people even know about this place. This is all my fault. It's because I told the villagers about this place. They think a demon lives here, not a human. So they're here to tear down the house. They made weapons, bows, just for this. I don't... There was a deep rumble and the ground below us shook. I almost fell to the floor. They're trying to break down the door, it seems. Mikhail, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. Because of what I did. No. What? It's not your fault, it's mine. I challenged her. Because I did. She made my curse real. What are you talking about, Mikhail? That door doesn't sound like it's going to last very long. This way. Run. Mikhail dragged me through the mansion's corridors until we reached the chamber with the stained glass window. At the far end of the room sat a small door. But where does it lead? I'd been aware of the door's presence, but I had never gone inside it. Something about it seemed somewhat different than the rest of the house. I wasn't sure how to describe it exactly, but it felt like shadows had taken root here. The observation tower. But if we go up there, we're putting ourselves in a corner. Doesn't matter where we go, they have us trapped. There's a chance that up here... He didn't finish that thought, however. He opened the door, leading me into the tower. Back here we go. His face deathly pale. We started running again, around and around the spiral staircase, making our way towards the top. In regular intervals along the walls were rectangular windows. A layer of fog still lay thick across the land. Peering out into it made me feel like we had been thrown into a dream world. If it weren't for the orange spots of torchlight surrounding the mansion, the silhouettes holding the torches... Is that armor? Appeared to be knights. Mikhail, tell me, why do you think this is your fault? What is your curse? Your curse. It isn't just the color of your hair and eyes, is it? There's more to it, isn't there? There's something else, isn't there? Well, I mean, he told you before that he could hear the witch, but you kind of went, oh, he crazy, oh, okay. Mikhail's gaze was firmly directed forward as he frantically led me up the stairs. We were breathing hard and the sound of it echoed against the tower's stone walls. Our panicked hearts were beating so hard, I was afraid they might be able to hear it outside. Eventually, we made it to the top. A pile of discarded rope lay unceremoniously at the foot of a door, presumably once used to seal it shut. The door itself was deeply weathered and rotting in places. It had obviously been left sitting in disrepair even longer than Mikhail had lived here. What is this? Inside. frigid air nipped at my skin, and it wasn't a pleasant, refreshing kind of cool, but a bitter, oppressive cold. This room felt unlike any other in the mansion. This is an observation tower? You can't even... There once would have been windows allowing you to see in all directions around the mansion, but all that remains now is that tiny opening near the ceiling. We hide out here, and there's a chance they might not find us. Sounds like they broke down the door. Yeah, sure do. Don't worry, they won't find us. And when they give up their search, then we can get out of here. I'm sure it will all turn out all right. Mikhail's voice was quivering, as was his hand in mine. Mikhail. We huddled together, feeling each other's warmth in our arms. My free hand clenched his shirt for dear life. Sorry. What? I'm to blame for this. It's my fault you're in this mess. The pain you had to experience, your being sent to this place, and what's happening now, can all be traced back to my being born. Not necessarily her being sent to this. She wouldn't have been sent to this place if he hadn't been born. However, I'd argue it would have been worse if she stayed at the manor where she was. Yeah, I just, occasionally checking. It's just this room. Clearly this room. Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. It's possible, but I'm so sorry. But at some point, the blame can't be placed on him. No, that really just seems to be in his dad's character. Especially because that's all we know of his dad's character. So it really just seems like that's what was going to happen. She didn't work at that mansion because it was her choice. She was spotted on the street. The father went, damn, and she was hired. We don't really have any evidence to say that whether Mikhail was born or not, or was cursed or not, would affect that. Mind you, after it was found out, and after the mother found out, I don't think, if Mikhail wasn't at this mansion, she would have been shipped to this mansion. So, technically, I guess what he said was right, that she wouldn't have been shipped here. But, yeah, that's also possible, Robin. That said, in this version, we don't really know anything about his curse beyond can hear the witch. And presumably the witch can hear him. That's all we know. And the physical appearance, but that's not really what he's talking about. Why was he apologizing? Why did he insist this was his fault? Why wouldn't he tell me what his curse was? Why were people trying to kill us? Right, those people trying to kill us. Putting it into words like that made the fear that much more real. The arrows they fired weren't threats. They meant to kill us. Mikhail. But with Mikhail trembling in my arms, I couldn't bring myself to ask those questions. What meaning would those answers even have with death lurking so close behind us? All I could do was pray. Pray that he was right, that they wouldn't find us and we'd be able to escape. Making a heartfelt wish in this room of the... However, over there's a door and stairs leading up. My hopes were shattered by the sound of voices from below. I could hear a faint clanking of armor. Our grips on each other tightened, and our trembling intensified. Fear swelled within the tower, making us its slaves. Giselle. We were both terrified. Seems unlikely, but it's just habit at this rate. And who wouldn't be? Fairy tale heroes could be magically courageous in the face of overwhelming danger, but they weren't real. The fear of my impending death, growing nearer and nearer with each passing moment, almost drove me to madness. I couldn't think clearly. My heart was having trouble keeping up. My head was a big white mess. We were supposed to return to the capital, start a new life, finally obtain our happiness. It was right there at our fingertips. Enough happiness to make up for Mikhail's 10 years of isolation, and enough to erase that nightmare from my memory forever. What had we done to have that taken away from us? We just loved each other and wanted a quiet life together, nothing outrageous. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. What scared me the most was being separated from Mikhail. Hey, Mikhail, what are those people really doing here? What they're after is money or valuables. We can offer them everything in the mansion. We don't need any of it. If they don't want us to return to the capital, we can tell them we'll stay here. They might be willing to talk it over. I don't care if I lose everything else. As long as I have you, I can survive anywhere. All that mattered was that we had our lives, so long as the two of us still breathed. But death! Death to the unholy one! Death to the heretic! Death to the witch! Well, despair hung over us like the fog outside. There were no heretics, no witches, no unholy ones here. But they would probably never listen to us. The moment we stepped outside of this room, we would be dead, no matter what we said. Mikhail, I'm alright. I'm alright. It's okay, Mikhail. I'm not scared. You're here with me, after all. It's fine. It's all fine. So please hold me until it's all over. Please stay with me. Finally, you speak. Mikhail? Oh, he wasn't looking at me, though. Nope. His unfocused eyes were directed upwards, not towards any particular point, but wandering aimlessly. His purplish lips appeared to move as though he was speaking, but no sound came out. Hey, Mikhail, are you alright? Come back to me, Mikhail. Grabbed him by the shoulders and shook, but he didn't even seem to notice. No matter how many times I called to him, he didn't look down from the emptiness above. Mikhail! Giselle. Finally, after far too long, his gaze slid down to meet mine. He looked defeated, exhausted, and cornered all at once. I was scared too, but his fear seemed to have consumed him entirely. Please, hear me out, Giselle. I never thought anything good would become of my life. I never thought I would find anyone who truly understood me, who would be happy to have my love. And for that, I hated the world. I was in constant torment, living in the shadows. But then, a single ray of light shone down on me. Mikhail, you, Giselle, you delivered me from the darkness. I'm scared, Giselle. I'm terrified. I used to think my life was meaningless, that it didn't matter if I lived or died. But now I can't stop shaking. That's perfectly normal. I'm scared to death too, but what scares me most is losing you. Mikhail, I should have noticed. Noticed his arms were tensing up. Noticed and stopped him. So please, allow me to repay you. I said I would do anything for you, so let me do this. I haven't given you anything. I haven't done anything for you. So give me one final chance. Mikhail! What are you doing? Get back in here, Mikhail! What? Why? The door! I can't open it! I shoved on the door, trying to go after him, but it wouldn't budge even the slightest bit. It was as though there had never been a door there at all, merely a wall disguised as one. There wasn't someone holding it shut from the other side, either. I pushed and I pulled with all my might, but I couldn't even manage to eke out the tiniest crack. Mikhail, what did you do to the door? Come on, get back in here! I don't want to lose you either. Backlog? Nope. Say something, Mikhail. You're out there, aren't you? Please, don't do anything rash. They're going to kill you if you're out there. Giselle, the witch told me... What? That she would ensure your safety. Mikhail, she isn't real. There is no witch talking to you. It's all in your head. A figment of your imagination created to alleviate your loneliness. Rest assured, she does not lie. Mikhail! Please listen. You are a wonderful woman, Giselle. Spirited, true to yourself, deeply sympathetic. You are not to blame for how difficult your life has been. Most of the fault lies with me and a bit of bad fortune. But that's all behind you now. Once this is over, you can start anew. What are you talking about? So, survive. Live a good, fulfilling life. Move past this. Live your life and always love your family. I know you can do it. That is my wish for you. No, I don't want that. I want to be with you. No one else but you. I don't want to let you die. There it is. Death to the heretic. Death to the heretic. Death to the heretic. Get back in here, Mikhail. Open the door. If my choice is to live on without you, I'd rather... Your scars will heal. You'll find a nice man and have a wonderful family. Why? Thank you, Giselle. You're bringing light into my world. Don't say that. But if there is a next life, I hope you don't mind if I pray that we're able to meet again. That we can find each other once more in another world. Mikhail! Mikhail. It is our holy duty as knights of the church to deliver punishment unto the heathen who made a pact with the devil. Come on, Mikhail, open the door. You are sentenced to death, your body to be hanged upon the cross for 3 days and 3 nights, wherein your unholy flesh shall be purified by the fires of heaven. Why? What are you doing here? Open the door, Mikhail, please. Listen to me. You can hear me out there, can't you? You shall now be executed. Do you have any final words? Who is it you're sentencing to death? Mikhail Bollinger, or a demon child, naturally, or a witch, perhaps? Please, open the door. Yeah, that one bit. Why won't you open it? He isn't unholy or impure. He's a perfectly normal human and a very sweet man. Yes, I'm the witch. The witch isn't here. I'm the one you want to execute. Kill me. Execute me. Now I see. Giselle, this world. Kill him! Well... So many blades pierced my flesh. A sword in my chest, lances in my arms and shoulders, arrows in both of my legs. I could hardly even tell what hurt anymore. There was an unpleasant hiss sound in the tower, almost like a heavy rain. It was the sound of my blood spilling onto the stone. Red. It was red, just like anyone else's blood. It didn't flow into unnatural patterns. It didn't turn into black demonic shadows. It didn't cause anyone who touched it harm. It was just ordinary red blood. Regardless, this body was probably still cursed. It had to be. I couldn't hear Giselle's voice anymore. I hoped she was safe and alive. I prayed that at least she would be protected, that the witch would keep her promise. Yeah, it's just happy CG fun times. It was getting dark. Light was quickly departing from my world. Darkness everlasting dragged me down into its pits. I believed in you. Mikhail? Mikhail! Hey, say something! Talk to me! Hey, what's going on? What's going on here? No, this can't be happening. An impossibly heavy thud came from beyond the door, and with it, Mikhail fell silent. Then, intermittent squelching sounds as something slid down the door. No, this can't be. Why? Why? I pounded on the door with all my strength, but still it refused to give. The skin on my hands eventually going raw and beginning to seep blood. Why? Why should Mikhail have to be killed? Tell me why. Take me with you. Please, don't leave me behind. That man isn't a witch. He isn't cursed. I'm cursed, not him, so don't hang him. Don't humiliate him like that. Kill me instead, please. Again and again, I pounded on the door, but the self-described knights on the other side seemed to not even be aware of my presence. They seemed unable to hear my cries. Their armor clanking with each step, they began to descend the staircase, and with it I could hear the sounds of something being dragged slowly across the floor. No, don't take him away! Stop, don't take Mikhail away from me! I'm begging you! But my pleas were in vain. My hope was for naught. The knights took him away, took him somewhere out of my reach, for all eternity. Don't take him away from me! So she did eventually be able to open the door. Mikhail. After much, much too long, the door swung open all on its own. It happened so unceremoniously, it was hard to believe I had actually been trapped inside. I had no idea how much time had passed, but the chill in the air suggested it was deep into the night, and with the biting cold, there was a stench of blood. Why? Why? Mikhail, I never wanted this. Well, I'd be concerned if you did. She's doing fine. You didn't understand at all, Mikhail. You didn't know the depth of my feelings for you. You didn't know how intensely I wanted you, how fervently I loved you. I was never going to be able to find someone else and live happily with them. It had to be you. The thought of anyone else touching me terrified me. You just didn't understand. I don't want to live in this stupid world. The time I spent with you truly was the happiest time of my life. I remember everything now. You died on that day. You were killed. You disappeared from this world and left me behind. That's right. I remember. I remember the pain, the agony of death, and the fear. Did indeed die that day. You refused to listen to me. Do you have any idea how it felt to feel you dying from the other side of that door? Giselle, I wanted you to take me with you. Is this what you wanted? You so wanted to see? My memories, the traces of my life on this earth? End there. In order to find your truth, we need more of the story. Very well then. If you want more story, I will tell you more. What comes next is both a continuation and a brand new tale. The Maid's Tale. When you've heard it all, I expect you to commend me, not forgetting how to smile. We haven't completely cut through the darkness yet. An arctic wind blows past me. At the same time, I'm gripped with an overwhelming urge to break down into tears. Perhaps this is the solitude she felt for so long. Now, I have to face this. I have a responsibility to her to do so. And I have to atone for being such a misguided fool all those many years ago, convinced that I was doing what was best. The sixth door. 1099 to... This is my tale, and the Maid's Tale. A tale of a foolish, naive girl. Looking back on it now, I'm ashamed of everything. But I will tell you my story in its entirety, without embellishments. I ask that you please not let go of my hand. Ah, yes. Of course Bruce Willis is in here. The only things the knights left behind were her garment and a large pool of your blood. Blood had seeped into the fabric, and it was beginning to dry. When I clenched it in my hand, it made a soft crackling sound. The oppressive stench of death lingered in the tower. Mikhail, there's no point in a life without you. You know that, right? Have a wonderful family? You know I can't do that. Hey, Mikhail, answer me. Come back to me. I don't care if it's as a ghost. I just need you here with me. Come back to me. Talk to me about nothing and about everything. Be irritated with me when I do something stupid. Scoff at me whenever I tell a bad joke. Trounce me at chess again. Put your arms around me. One more time. Come on. I'm begging you. If you won't come back to me, then I'll go to you. I don't care if that's not what you wanted from me. This world without you is meaningless. Dying won't guarantee you get to see him again. Oh. He spends all this time refusing to talk to me, and when he finally does, he begs me to save his love. Well, I guess it's just in the text now, so... Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Rather disappointing, to be honest. Who are you? Where are you? Quite daft, aren't you? Within these walls, I am everywhere, and you've heard of me before. What? I have no... Heavens, you are slow. Is that pretty head of yours only for decoration? What? But no, there's no one else. Clearly. But if the butterfly is the witch, then considering the embellishments on the text box alone, she has been here the whole time. And you might be thicker than these walls, my dear. Although, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You never did believe anything Mikhail said about me. You thought he was going mad. I can't imagine there'd be anything here now, but it's, paranoia. This is brilliant. No, there's no way. It can't be. The cursed witch Morgana? Oh, you even know my name, do you? It would appear my legend has survived longer than I expected. I suppose I should thank all the humans who passed it down for me. Excuse me. You actually exist? I most certainly do, my dear. As I recall, you don't believe in the supernatural, do you? But it's hard to deny when that very witch is talking to you right this moment. Mikhail was not even slightly mad, my dear. I told him he was better off without his sanity, but he refused to listen. He wasn't deranged, his surroundings were. His environment, the people around him, his whole world. Can you imagine how dreadful that must have been? To be the only sane resident in a world gone utterly mad? It's a miracle he managed to keep his head. Remember what you said just before he died, my dear? You said it was all in his head. You said he couldn't tell the difference between illusion and reality. You said he had long since gone insane. You shouted it at the top of your lungs. But no, that's not what I meant. Ah, poor Mikhail. If only you had believed him about the witch. Feel bad for you too, though. You have my pity. What did you ever do to deserve this? Oh, and just to be perfectly clear, I played no part in either your or Mikhail's misfortune. The only force to blame for that is fate. You were a good, honest, joyful, lovable woman. And look at how the world treated you. May I ask you something? Was it you who sealed me in the tower? Yes, it was. That was what Mikhail wanted. Once, I told him I would grant his wish, so I did as he asked. It looks like that ended up causing you even more pain. How tragic. So, you're planning to die? Are you hoping to reunite with him in heaven? That plan's destined to fail from the outset, my dear. God teaches that suicide is a sin, and you'll go to hell for it. Then, I will not kill you. Why not? Because I swore to Mikhail that I would save your life. Poor Giselle. If you have any other wish, I'll be happy to grant it. I can't bear to see you so miserable. A wish. You have but a single desire right now, to see him once more. Isn't that right, Giselle? Are you saying you can make that happen? You'll bring him back to life for me? The forces of life and death are outside of my realm. That is God's territory, or the angels. However, I can guarantee you this. His reincarnation, no, his reconstruction. His reconstruction? Yes. You can meet him again, not in this life, but in some future life. Just imagine it, finding your beloved again after overcoming so much tragedy. 10, 20, maybe 100 long years from now, or way more than that, you're finally reunited. True wish. Something tells me that wasn't within the realm of how things could go down. Also, I fear, of course, by the way. How's it going? Yeah. Doesn't that sound marvelous? True, unparalleled love in its purest form. What do you think? Just because you can bring a soul back doesn't make it Mikhail. I want to be with him, that brusque, impenetrable, slightly immature, but gentle as a butterfly man, the man who sincerely, deeply loved me. If it's the same soul in a different body, can you still call him my Mikhail? Well, my apologies. You beat me to the punchline, and you did so with such ardor you threw me off balance. You're exactly right. The idea that if your love is strong enough you can both be reborn and have exactly the same relationship is utter fairy tale nonsense. You must be the same people to have the same love, which is why I am not promising his rebirth or reincarnation, but his reconstruction. Your wish can become reality, Giselle. As long as you wish for it with all your heart, it can come true. I'll wish for his reconstruction as well. You have a witch asking to make this happen, my dear, so you can be confident that it will bear fruit. And you wish for him to remain as himself. If he truly loves you, and he too wishes to reunite with you, your wish shall be granted. Will you really wish with me? I most certainly will, my poor, pitiful, dear Giselle. I shall offer up my utmost heartfelt prayer for you. I'll wish for it. Until the moment of my death, I'll keep wishing for us to be reunited as the same people. Can't guarantee your reconstruction, though. What? I only said I guaranteed his. Mikhail is the only reconstruction I will wish for. I will not ask for yours. Why not? You're not looking at a benevolent wish-granting goddess or an angel with a magic bow and arrow. You're looking at a cursed witch. And how am I to be with him again? I can offer you but one option that will allow you to reunite with your reconstructed Mikhail. Tell me, what do I have to do? You must live. Here with me. Live with you? What do you mean? It was Mikhail who reconstructed me, but he could not serve as my guide. I have work to do, but I cannot do it alone. Monkey paw? No. Yeah. I mean, you know, just a little bit of unpaid labor. Well, the payment is Mikhail. I need a guide to assist me, because as you can see, I have no body. If this house did not exist in this world, then perhaps I might be able to give myself form. My soul's form. I don't understand anything you're saying. You don't need to understand the terms of this Faustian bargain. All I need from you is for you to show your utmost hospitality to the people I'm expecting to show up at this mansion someday. Entertain your guests? That's right, my dear. Mikhail isn't the only one whose reconstruction I'm wishing for. There are others. Several heinous sinners. So I want you to serve as a maid and watch over them when they arrive. And until then, keep the house in good condition. What? What are you scheming? Is that something you truly need to know, my dear? All you need to do is wish. Pray for the day your beloved appears before you again. For the day he wraps his arms around you once more. One word, Giselle. That's all I require. Do you want to see him again? Do you want to hear his voice again? I can promise you, you'll have your happiness back. What reason is there to hesitate? I mean, she's already told you that she's a cursed witch. That's a reason to hesitate, but... there isn't one. Or are you simply going to give up? You know, when somebody comes to you at your lowest emotional point, promises everything, and says you have to choose now, don't think about it, that usually bodes well, right? That usually means that they have your best interest in mind, and exclusively your best interest in mind. I wonder, what would happen if you said no? If you disappear from this world, how will Mikhail react when he comes back? How will he be sad, angry, or will he forget about you and fall into the arms of another woman? No, he can't. Then make up your mind. Will you come with me, or will you throw it all away? If I had given it a little thought, I would have realized she was manipulating me. Of course, but that's why they come to you at a time where you would not be able to spare that thought. Obviously. And she was just telling me what I wanted to hear. I believed her. I accepted her proposition. As unbelievable as it sounded, my desire for it to be real overpowered everything. It was impossible not to grasp at the straw she was dangling in front of me. It was all I could do at the time. The witch's voice also had an inexplicable power to it. It made me believe, as outrageous as it was, that she really could bring you back, reconstruct you. Maybe because I had seen her turn a door into an immovable wall, or maybe because I had heard her disembodied voice. But I don't think those are enough to explain it. My guess is she had me under her spell. That was the moment I became the maid. But I assure you, I was, at that point, still the same Giselle you knew and loved. The sound of the rain never seems to stop. Oh, so the house is in Seattle. Am I hallucinating it, maybe? From the moment I lent my ear to the witch's sweet temptations, the mansion underwent an unimaginable transformation. No light shone through the windows, despite them still being unobstructed. Not morning, day, or evening. In fact, the concept of morning, day, and evening did not seem to exist. Yeah, they're in Seattle. That's what I said. The darkness resembled that of when the windows had all been sealed off. Again, we get it. Seattle, Washington. Understood. Yo, there was something more fundamentally unreal about it. Again, the point has been made clearly. Like it was hovering over a vast, all-consuming abyss within a constant haze of malice. I keep telling you, I understand. I am picking up what you're putting down, and I get it. I felt like I had been cast into some unknown realm, and that was why there was nothing beyond the windows. Look. We understand that Seattle, Washington, and its dreary, infinite rainy season can be depressing. It's okay. You'll survive. And the house was not the only thing that underwent changes. I, too, was no exception. The blink of an eye, all my basic human urges vanished. I stopped feeling hungry, and I no longer needed sleep. Naturally, I was bewildered by what was happening to me, what I was turning into. I think I'll take a look around. Maybe there have been other changes. So I meandered through the mansion's halls. My original intent was to explore the entire house, but I found myself drawn towards one room in particular. That's right, your bedchamber. There was no light, not a trace of color remaining in your chambers, but the bed was the same shape, the walls the same texture, the curtains the same design as when you had been alive. Mikhail, I'm praying, I'm always praying, that someday we'll meet again. Oh, there's something hidden under the bed. What could it be? It's that painting. Never did get to ask why he got so angry about me seeing this. I'm sure it's something he didn't want to be reminded of. Perhaps having to do with his family. I was right not pressing him about it. What? Huh. Normal things for paintings to do. Huh. What the... Did the painting just... smirk at me? Oh god. Oh jeez, Giselle. What are you doing tripping over yourself? It's just that accursed witch messing with your head. No need to get spooked over a tasteless prank. Oh, when I stumbled, I guess I knocked a drawer open. Something inside. Letters, it looks like? I shouldn't touch these. They're not mine. But... I want something of Mikhail's to have. Something to remember him by. His letters would be in his handwriting. They would contain his words. Please forgive me, Mikhail. I don't mean you any ill will, but I'm going to take these. Excuse me. I must say, there are an impressive number of... What on earth? It's like somebody dumped an inkwell on every page, but why? Was this the witch's doings too? Yeah, it has to be. It must have been her. Definitely wasn't you, Mikhail, was it? The front door. Wonder what it's like outside. I can't get it open. What's going on? The bar isn't set, but it won't budge an inch. It's just like up in the tower. And now the windows. They should open, then I can... What's going on here? What the heck is going on? It's like there's an invisible wall in front of the window. My hand won't go any further. Ah, this is rich. What else can I do but laugh? What in the world? This is madness. Hurry up, Mikhail. Return to me and get me out of here. Please, get me out of here. To be fair, all the witch promised to do is reconstruct him. Never said you could leave. I had no idea how to explain anything that had happened to the mansion, but it was clear enough that I was imprisoned within its walls. I was all alone in a nebulous sphere of bleak darkness, and beyond its walls lay void. The layout of the house remained unchanged, but I felt as though I had wandered into a twisting labyrinth. I could cry, but there was no one there to soothe me. All it did was provoke her disembodied cackling, which she followed with, "You chose this, my dear, so you need to hold yourself together and keep wishing." My only real pastime was cleaning. I dusted the same corners again and again, swept the same floors, polished the same dishes. One day I decided I would read the books left in the library. Despite there being more than 100 volumes, I finished every one of them in what felt like no time at all. My life was a never-ending cycle. Day in and day out, day in and day out. The house had no visitors. No one. Rather, nothing at all set foot upon the property.
Fishing!
There were no signs of other life whatsoever there. Oh, hold on. That's a my bad. I don't think I started it. Give me a second. No, I absolutely started it. It's running. What am I talking about? It's literally there. Hold on. Then why isn't it working? Sorry, when I swap back, it just does this. I mean, I'll see if I can manually proc it for you.
Fish!
I owe you one? The program is running. So I'll owe you one at a later date. That's all I can do for now. There were no signs of other life whatsoever there. No birds singing in the morning, no cats sunbathing in the garden, no mice scurrying about the kitchen, no creepy crawly insects. There was nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that broke the long stretches of silence was her voice. Tell me, was she kind to you? Was she friendly and courteous? No lake gummy worms tonight. I guess not. I don't know why. The haunted yeah, because she was just saying how there's no creatures about, and I guess that means even in the lake. Because she was quite harsh when she spoke to me. These were the kind of things she was always saying to me. He didn't show up today, did he, my dear? Are you still praying, my dear? Do you think he'll actually come, my dear? Still wishing, just like I promised, my dear. You know why he hasn't come for you, my dear. Because perhaps he doesn't actually love you as much as you thought. My dear. My dear. My dear. Have you lost your mind yet? Shut up! I've had enough! I'm done with you! Enough, please, enough already! Oh, what's got you so worked up? You love to talk, don't you? So why not have a nice little chat with me? This is not a chat! Maybe not in your mind, my dear. You seem to think chatting only constitutes conversations you enjoy, but I don't think the word's usage needs to be so restricted, personally. You're just getting off and watching me squirm. No, not at all. You'll have all my best wishes if he ever does show up for you. Oh, so scary. If you're making that face when he shows up, he might not even recognize you. What? You haven't looked in a mirror recently, have you?
Okay.
Go on then, my dear. See just how frightful you've become. Also, hey Birdie, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in chat. How's things going? Hope your weekend went well. No. Which was right. I looked nightmarish. My face was pale and lifeless, my eyes hollow, my cheeks sunken, heavy bags beneath my eyes. My hair lost its sheen and it grew wildly. I was quickly losing everything that made me recognizable as me, and the thought sent a shiver down my spine. No, this isn't me. This is some kind of trick. You're trying to deceive me. Baseless accusations. You really must stop blaming people every time something doesn't turn out the way you want, my dear. Excuse me. Got a new one? Oh, okay. It's a fun limited time only emote. Okay. Well, cool. Nifty. But my face was more what? More expressive, more cheerful, brighter, rosier. You're right. You were never this gloomy, were you? Right. I wasn't. I was always more cheerful than this. Naive girl, could you be any more narcissistic? Huh? What you're looking at is undeniably exactly what you look like now. Time did not do that to you, nor did I. The negative energy oozing from within you is what's causing you to take on this form. Did you think you didn't have any dark, ugly emotions inside you? Did you believe you would always be able to smile no matter what? Did you assume you were pure and beautiful? No one like that exists, my dear. What you see in the mirror is the true you, your hideous, twisted heart. If you weren't always being so nasty, this would never have happened. Anyone's heart would be twisted listening to you long enough. So you're saying Mikhail's heart was twisted too? I spoke to him for years. No. Just teasing. Suppose I may have crossed the line there. I mean you no ill will, Giselle. Honest. Something about you being like, so he didn't show up today either. And you then like, I don't mean you ill. Where could you have gotten that from? Biggest pessimist in the world in your ear is going to be, yeah, not just a pessimist, but a pessimist who's just taunting you the whole time. But then says, I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm going to give you one word of advice, though. Look at yourself in the mirror often. If you continue deteriorating at this rate and end up looking like a corpse, when Mikhail comes and sees you, he won't jump for joy, but run away screaming in terror. Stop talking. Please just stop. You know, Giselle, this is only the very beginning. He may not show up for hundreds of years. I can't live that long. Absolutely brilliant. You still think you're alive? What? The moment you agreed to come with me, you ceased to be of this world. So don't worry about time, my dear. You can wait as long as it takes. As long as it takes for him to arrive. As the witch had said, blah, blah. I'll try that again. As the witch had suggested, I started checking my appearance in the mirror every day. I wanted to ensure I didn't turn into some horrifying creature. My hair grew, so time seemed to be passing, but I didn't appear to age at all. The flow of time had become perplexingly vague and uncertain. Was it stopped, or was it moving? I couldn't tell. On occasion, I would practice smiling in front of the mirror. My smile was, after all, my one really distinctive feature, and I was certain you had seen me smiling more than anything. Even if my appearance had changed drastically, I thought, you would still be able to recognize me by my smile. A woman standing alone in front of a mirror practicing how to smile. I'm sure that was quite the comical sight. And that was about how my days went for an incomprehensibly long time. Yeah. The whole long time, okay. A few. For the first 100 years, I kept track of how much time had passed. An hour, a day, a month, a year, 10 years, 50. But once it had surpassed a person's average lifespan, the counting started driving me mad, and so I stopped. My sense of time began to numb. In place of sleep, I spent my days in a trance-like state. Doing so, I was less aware of the passage of time, which made it a little easier to bear. Suspended in this bubble of time, my mind went out to you. Another quick 100, you know. The next thing I lost a sense of was myself. I lived as a human for 21 years. After spending nearly 10 times that trapped in the mansion, I began to feel like that was all I had ever been. That maybe my past was all a construction of my imagination. That, as an otherworldly being, I merely fantasized about being human. Had I actually had a family? Had there actually been other people in the world? Did cities and villages really exist? Was there ever really a time when light shone through the windows, when we were happy? But I knew if I started doubting everything, I wouldn't be able to maintain myself. So I settled on believing one thing, that you, Mikhail, were real. That you had been with me, that I had loved you, and that it was you I was waiting for. I tried to always remember that one fact. Yeah. If you've never played Lost Odyssey, Ramen. Lost Odyssey, though. My characteristic energy and cheer were disappearing. By then I hardly even raised my voice anymore. And in response to that change, the witch seemed to treat me a little nicer. Okay. I never actually finished it, but there were reasons for that one. That was one of the games that like got stolen from me before I could finish it. So that wasn't my fault. Out of the hundreds of games I haven't finished that are my fault, that's not one of them. On occasion, I thought I could sense her presence nearby. Like she might reveal her form to me from beyond the darkness, instead of only speaking to me. That's one of those games that, like, anyone who played that is like, just port it to any system, port it to anything, just make it playable. It doesn't need a remake. It just needs to be playable. Just make it playable on modern systems. That's it. I would argue, mind you, I only played it then when it was like a current game and not now. I'm sure the graphics have aged a bit, but it wasn't a bad looking game even at its time. Like for its time, it looked amazing. And that wasn't so long ago that it would look bad now. Don't even need to polish it up. Just make it playable. Make it so I can spend $20 and play it again. Just do that. But, you know. She might reveal her form to me from beyond the darkness instead of only speaking to me. I could feel her sitting beside me. Well, yeah, for sure there are. You can just emulate it, and like if I want to play it again, I'm going to have to. But damn, even more so right now in this exact moment in time specifically because of Expedition 33, I think it would still do well. Like really. Oh, I want to Port of the Sky Trilogy. Sorry, because like damn, like I would argue one of the biggest inspirations for Expedition 33 had to have been Lost Odyssey. Definitely not the only inspiration, and they've mentioned many others, but like, so much. It was like 4 discs. But like, whatever, that's fair enough. It's mildly more annoying than other games, but like, probably not enough to dissuade anyone from actually doing it. Giselle, do you think you're still Giselle even now? Suppose it doesn't matter either way. Sometimes I think love and fanaticism are two sides of the same coin. What are you implying? Oh, nothing. I have an idea, though. Why don't we make you some new clothes, my dear? The loom should still work, thanks to your keeping everything in order. That outfit's an artifact of an age long past by now. You know how long it's been? Vaguely, but yes. As you speak, time still marches onward. Not too quickly and not too slowly, but at the same pace as you're breathing. Now, on your feet, Giselle. We have plenty of time, so let's make you the perfect maid's outfit. And if we don't have enough materials, we can make more thread from the sheets or curtains. How exciting. As long as they emulate the other discs, yeah. Following her instructions, I wove garments in a style that did not exist in my era. They were quite strange to behold. The old me might have been stricken with fascination by them, but at that point, I wasn't even sure how to rejoice, how to be impressed, or how to be moved anymore. Just casual 100 years, yeah. Sounds like rain again. Yep, that's the sound of rain. What year is it? Oh, it doesn't matter what year it is. It doesn't matter where it is. As long as you're there, it can be anytime, anywhere. Where are you, Mikhail? What are you doing? I'm still praying. I'm still wishing for you to appear before me. Forever and ever and ever. And ever and ever and ever. I've been praying for so long, I don't even know how long it's been. Before you left, you said you were going to pray too. You said you hoped we could meet again in another life. I'm not misremembering, am I? Mikhail, come back to me soon. I love you so, so very much. My memories of you are starting to fade. What did your voice sound like? What kinds of faces did you make? Where did you like to put your hands on me? I don't want to forget. I want to always remember. My memories of you are the only thing holding me together, but they're slipping away from me. How did you speak? What kinds of things did you like to talk about? I'm losing all these memories. Please, Mikhail, come back to me, before I forget everything. My beloved master. The thought crossed my mind that maybe Morgana's guarantee that you would be reconstructed was just a lie to trick me into staying here. But I quickly discarded it, because if she had been lying, it would strip all meaning from my very existence. It would take from me my purpose for being here. So I didn't want to accept that possibility. I had no choice but to persevere in my belief that you would return. I'd always thought I would be all right, that my faith would never waver. I still believed in myself, but you can be the happiest, most optimistic, resolute person in the world, and you will still break eventually. And I was at the point where even the slightest tap would shatter me into fragments. Oh. Several hundred years after I was enslaved within the mansion, something changed for the very first time. Sunlight, which I had not seen in all that time, shone in from outside. At first, I did not believe it was real. I thought it was a hallucination, born of my inner desires, and I thought I must have completely lost it for my fantasies to have escaped my mind. But it didn't matter if it was all an illusion. The gentle breeze blowing in through the window felt wonderful. The smell of grass, the chirping of birds, the glistening blue sky, it was like 1,000 memories rushing back all at once, and it brought tears to my eyes. The time has come, Giselle. It's time for you to get to work. As she always did, the witch's voice crushed my elation, dragging me back to reality. Reveling in the sight of the outside was the last thing I should have been doing. It was the moment that began my true decline. Work? What kind of work? Have you already forgotten? Oh, good heavens. Do you have your head on straight, my dear? As I said, I need you to watch over the house, and show your utmost hospitality to those who show up. Is someone... This is merely an appetizer. It looks like someone's here. Hold on. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Do the same thing you've been doing. Be a maid. Convince the house's guests that this is a wonderful place. Make them enjoy their stay. Now go on. I'm quite looking forward to this. So the flaxen-haired siblings weren't the first ones. The bar has been removed. But will the door open? For so long, the door had refused to budge. For so long, light had forsaken these halls. For so long, there had been no trace of life. And now, all of that had been turned on its head. I felt like I had stepped into heaven on earth. I know it sounds melodramatic, so please don't laugh. It was almost certainly a perfectly ordinary slice of nature. Leaves and grass rustled in the wind, flowers speckled the earth, and in the distance was a city I didn't recognize. I wondered where I was, of course, but I neither shouted nor jumped in surprise. Instead, I found myself accepting of my circumstances, as unnatural as they might have been. As I was standing there idly before the entrance, a carriage rolled up. Egad, could this road be any bloody worse? It's in dire need of paving on top of everything else. And who might you be, young lady? That outfit. Speaking in a different language. The middle-aged man approached me. From his attire and the way he held himself, he appeared to be upper class. However, the words coming out of his mouth were not in the language I had grown up speaking. Could the mansion have moved somewhere far, far away? Naturally, I had no idea how such a thing was possible, and the longer I stood there staring at him, absent-mindedly, the more incredulous he became. My immediate mission was to overcome the language barrier. Fortunately, I suppose, I was able to understand bits and pieces of what he had said. As merchants in the capital, my family did business with people from other countries, and as a result, I had learned a handful of words. The problem was, it had been so long ago, I had no confidence whatsoever in my ability to hold a conversation. I'm a servant. Servant? Can't say I remember asking for a lady servant, but suppose these things do happen. Doesn't much matter who they sent. Who are you? You weren't informed? Bloody hell, off to a great start, I see. Well, what can I do? What can you do, I guess? Name's Hayden Rhodes. Just a retired old man. As I'm sure you've already guessed, this man was the Rhodes siblings' grandfather. Okay. He was also the first person I served under as the maid. Not a room we've seen in a while. For a member of an esteemed noble family, Hayden was a bit on the eccentric side. He only hired a handful of servants, claiming he was not fond of clamor. There was a single chef, a physician, a servant to take care of all the cleaning, and then me, who served as his personal assistant. Yeah, whenever he got the chance, Hayden would chase me down and make me practice proper etiquette. According to him, I had much to learn. You are at least technically a servant of the Rhodes family, young lady, so I can't have you going around playing the country bumpkin act. Yes, sir. And we'll have to do something about that accent, too, while we're at it. I have an accent? Thicker than bloody molasses. Now I have no interest in sticking my nose into your business, asking where you hail from. While you're here, you must act the part, young lady. Lucky for you, I'm retired and I have all the time in the world. I'll teach you everything you need to know about proper etiquette. All right. Speak up, will you? Yes, sir. Hayden did not go easy on me either. In addition to my day-to-day duties, I studied etiquette, the language, proper pronunciation, and formal dictation. Anytime I made the slightest mistake, he would shout his dissatisfaction. Listen carefully. A servant is the face of the house. A servant's gaff is her master's gaff. Always keep this in mind. You're not just a maid. You must always act with elegance and grace. You must always maintain your composure, even if the house is falling down around you. Whatever happens, you deal with it quickly and quietly. Your language must be immaculate. No ums, uhs, or pauses, for any reason. Yes, sir. Imagine having to speak immaculately every time you opened your mouth. I can't. No stammering either. Sorry. Bloody hell, you are not going to make this easy, are you? Whose idea was it that a country bumpkin would make a good servant? I'd like to give him a piece of my mind. I'm not from the country. Not even slightly. I was raised in the capital. What capital, though? Is that so, eh? A prim and proper city girl, are you? In that case, you should be a quick study. Absolutely. I can learn anything in a week, tops. Piece of cake. Is that so? All right, then. Starting tomorrow, I'm tripling your lessons. Didn't think this through. I guess that would be why maids don't speak too much, yeah. In addition to being my master, Hayden was my teacher. When he yelled, he grew twice my size, and I shrunk to half mine. But it wasn't at all an unpleasant experience, because I knew he wasn't raising his voice to belittle me. His instructions may have been harsh, but it was human interaction. There were people around that I could talk to, and that was wonderful. I was starting to regain some of my humanity. Unlike me, you've still got a long life ahead of you, young lady. She's like, yeah, you have no idea. I don't know what kind of life you've lived, but I can't imagine it's been all that easy. You have no idea. Not many servant girls your age without a home to go back to. Which is why you need to learn this. Once you've got all the rules and customs down, you'll be able to hold your own at any noble's estate. You shouldn't have any trouble keeping yourself employed. I'm sure you think I'm just a loud, obnoxious old man, but I believe we met for a reason, so I hope you'll stick with me. I, don't think about you like that at all, master. You're a remarkable man. One more time. I deeply appreciate your generous consideration, master, from the bottom of my heart. I didn't know much about Hayden's situation, why he had retired to this mansion all alone, away from the rest of his family. But any time I asked about them, he would say, "Happens sometimes," with a melancholic frown. Before long, 2 years had passed. By that point, my etiquette had improved enough to satisfy his high standards. In that time, the mansion underwent a number of decor changes as Hayden brought in sculptors to work on different areas of the house. He also sealed off rooms that were not in use, such as the observation tower and the chapel. It was a sad thing seeing areas with so many memories for me falling into disuse. Were you really that sad to see the tower shut off? Really? It may have had a lot of memories, but were any of them good? I mean, the stained glass room is different, but as a mere servant, I had no say in the matter. In addition, Hayden seemed to greatly enjoy renovating the house, so I watched him warmly. The furniture was all gradually replaced, gorgeous paintings hung on the walls, colorfully painted curtains installed, and a brilliant rose garden planted. These roses come from all across the world. Nowhere else can you see so many different varieties in one place. It's beautiful. Did you know that in the city, people are starting to call the mansion Rose Manor? Rose Manor? And to think there used to be nothing but weeds here. Amazing how much it has changed. I never thought I would see this garden turned into something so beautiful. Are you fond of roses, young lady? Yes, red ones especially. Red roses mean a great deal to me. They remind me of a time long past. Given one as a gift, were you? No, I believe I was the one who gave the rose. So red roses are a symbol of my feelings. They're very precious to me. I gave you a rose as a gift. You plucked it from its stem and placed it in my hair. Am I remembering correctly? My memories are so vague now. Can't even remember the look on your face that day. There are some kids I like to give roses to myself. Ooh, my grandchildren. Oh my, you have grandchildren. Aye, though we haven't been in touch for some time. Last I saw them was 4 years ago, when my second grandchild was born. The sweetest girl in the world, with lovely flaxen hair. She's going to be a real beauty when she grows up. Anyway, they're wonderful kids. One day, I want to hand this garden over to them. Each and every rose containing my hope that they'll lead a comfortable, healthy lives free of strife. I'm sure your wish will come to pass. Your grandchildren will have wonderful lives. Aye. The grief of not having you around still weighed heavily on my mind, but I was slowly approaching contentedness. Life with Hayden was slow and uneventful, peaceful and relaxing. I imagined my heart was seeking anything to alleviate its pain, and it found that in the beautifully remodeled mansion, the garden blooming wildly with roses, and my time with Hayden. I was even beginning to think this life was enough for me. That would be okay with this being the end, if it meant more of the tranquility I felt. I was like a coward considering giving up the fight. Please do forgive me for ever considering such a thing. Yeah, that's fair. Every other time, she just kind of was there and was like, yep, I exist. Hayden seemed to be in high spirits that day. A gift had apparently arrived from his son, who lived far away. It was a tea set, some leaves, and a small jar of sugar. Miss! Miss! How can I be of service, master? Brew me up a pot of this, would you? Be careful not to steep it for too long. You want to get it just right for the best flavor. As you wish, master. You seem quite pleased. Why would I be? A boy who's shunned his old man for years sends him a paltry gift on a whim. I'm just entertaining his fancy. Yeah. Your tea is ready, master. Ah, what a wonderful smell. Tea and roses are life's best damned spices. Let's see what that boy chose for me. If it's no good, I'll be sure to write him an angry letter. He looks so happy. He must really love his family. It's a little bitter. Shall I brew another pot? No, it's not your fault. Must be something in the leaves. Would you like to add some sugar, then? There was a small jar of it with the tea set. Now that's some bloody fine sugar he has procured. White as snow and sparkles in the light. Chose it just for you, master. Bloody hell, what demon possessed him? Alright, give me 2 spoons, then. Yes, master. Here you are. Splendid. This is some exquisite tea. The sugar balances the bitterness of the leaves perfectly. I guess that boy does have some... Master? Oh. Master! Master! The doctor. I need to find the doctor. Oh, sorry. Water. I'll get some water right away. So please, hang in there. Thanks to the quick treatment provided by his personal physician, Hayden survived. But he didn't make it out with much more than his life. He was permanently bedridden by the affair. Evidently, the sugar I'd put in his tea had contained poison, which had done irreparable damage to his nerves and muscles. Most of his body was completely immobile, except for his left arm. Damn. Can I bring you something? Some water? I've had more than my fill of water. You don't need to wait on me hand and foot. That face says you need to distract yourself by working. Remember what I told you. A noble family's servants must always act with elegance and grace. You must always maintain your composure. But how can you expect me to remain composed? I'd only examine the sugar more thoroughly. Do you have poison detecting senses? You never would have noticed, young lady. I examined the sugar, and I didn't see a bloody thing wrong with it. He was damn crafty, that's for sure. Why would he do this? His inheritance, I presume. Something must have come up, and he needed the money quickly. That's no reason to poison your own father. Blood is nothing but an obstacle to ambition. Or maybe he just hated me. How could anyone possibly hate you? Perhaps that could be said of the me you know. When you live as long as I have, you're bound to make an enemy or two. Mine just happened to be my son. I was planning to give him everything anyway. He didn't have to do this. It all would have been his. Master, killing me doesn't accomplish anything, and I guess it doesn't much matter. Say, can I ask you something, young lady? What can I do for you? I don't want it to get out that Hayden Rhodes was poisoned, so could you tell people that I passed away peacefully with a beautiful nurse tending to my every need? You're not dead yet. Please don't talk like that. You're scaring me. No stammering. But I'm not saying it'll happen immediately, but I am an old man, and one day you'll wake up and I'll be gone. This is about my own pride, not my son. The last thing I want is to go out with a black spot on my name. Tell me you do this, Giselle. He's never said my name before. As you wish. Thank you. You're a peculiar girl, you know. Sometimes you seem greener than the leaves in summer. Sometimes you seem like you've seen 12 kinds of hell. I would argue 12 is lowballing it. Every so often, you seem not of this world. Skin is pale, your hands are cold as ice. At one point I thought you might be Death himself. But I was wrong about that. You have too big a heart to be Death. You care too much. You must be carrying a very heavy cross on your back. What am I supposed to do? I don't want to lose you, Lord Hayden. I don't want to lose his life. You have someone, don't you, young lady? Someone you're dying to meet again. Yes, but I don't know anymore. I don't know how long I'm supposed to keep waiting. If something doesn't happen soon, I don't think I can hold myself together much longer. I was so close to breaking down. It was you who kept me on my feet. I'm sure you've tried to remain strong plenty of times, so I'll give you some different advice. A trick for when you think you're losing hold of yourself. Also, Topaz, how's it going? Enjoy the lurk. Hope your weekend's gone well. Yes, if only she had Sholmes inventions. Yeah. He definitely was not a winner who just happened to get cheated on. No, he sucked. Build a cocoon. Cocoon. Sturdy shell to keep your weak inner self safe. Hey, how's it going, Cleo? Welcome to Viper Landing Chat. How are you doing? 83 heckin' glorious months. Some brute justice months too. Boy, was that music jarring. But I'm doing damn good. Less than a week away from Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering pre-release, so I'm very excited about that. And, you know, besides the depression going on here, we're still playing a very good game. So, yeah, good times, good times. Hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Everyone in this game has suffered. Occasionally, they've deserved it. More often than not, they haven't. Definitely a select few have deserved it. For sure. Only swallowing you whole. So you mustn't readily expose your true self. You build a cocoon and you play the role you need to play. That way the real you will remain unharmed. It's not pleasant to hide yourself like that, but it's better than letting the world crush you. See, the difficult thing is making sure the cocoon isn't so thick that you can't tear it down when you do need to. But word of warning. If you spend too long in the cocoon, the real you is liable to disappear forever. You'll be swallowed up by your own protective shell. I hope you find whoever it is before it's too late. Now, I think I'll get some sleep. All this talking's worn me out. As you wish. Good night, Master. See you in the morning. Aye, see you in the morning, young lady. The next day, Hayden was dead. He had strangled himself with his left hand. I should have been more attentive. I should have recognized how much pain he was in. How much it crushed him to have been betrayed by his own family. I should have realized how he truly felt, how fragile he really was. I fell into a hopeless gloom. I could hardly believe that the quiet life I had finally attained had been shattered in the blink of an eye. Hayden's other servants quickly went their own ways, and I vividly remember the dirty looks they all gave me. Everyone who knew how he had died assumed I had done it. I had no reason to kill him, though, but they had more than enough to believe so, for I had indeed been the last person to see him alive, and I held firmly to the story he had asked me to tell. While I was unable to convince the other servants, his family was far more accepting of the story that he had departed for the next world happily, though that did not make the truth any less heartbreaking, especially since I was the only one who knew it. Why does this always have to happen? I was happy. I can never seem to keep a hold of it for more than a flash. Despair always comes marching in to rip it away. What am I doing here? What kind of person were you, Mikhail? What kind of person was I? No, my dear, you look positively miserable. Why should you despair at the death of some strange old geezer? Morgana. Was Hayden one of those whom you wish to be reconstructed? Huh, I have no interest in that wrinkled bag of bones. And if he was one of them, do you really think I would have let him go so peacefully? Peaceful? You call that peaceful? You call this misery peaceful? I most certainly do. Yeah, at this point, she doesn't know what not peaceful looks like in Morgana's eyes. And since you do not seem to understand this, the pain of death lasts but an instant. The worst torture can only be inflicted upon the living. Yeah, you know, like keeping somebody in prison in a mansion with no night, day, sleep, food, or anything for hundreds of years? Hundreds of years with no interactions with the outside world, light, people. You know, just if you were trying to inflict torture on somebody, that would hypothetically be a really good way to do it. Like a really lasting, grinded-in way to torture somebody. You know, hypothetically. Setting two loved ones against one another, manipulating one into taking the other's life, and then forcing him to live with that. The stage hasn't even been set yet, my dear. You would have me play a part in that? Indeed. You agreed to accompany me. You are here to be my guide, and you're doing a wonderful job of it so far. I haven't done anything. Oh, but you killed that old man, did you not? Thanks to you, my wish is one step closer to fruition. What? What do you mean I killed Hayden? You mean to claim you didn't? Tell me, who was it that put the poisoned sugar in his tea? When somebody ships you a package of poison, disguised as sugar and bitter tea leaves, you cannot blame the person who made the tea for poisoning them. You can't. You cannot. Unless they knew. If they were in on it, then yes, sure, okay. Fine. But like, damn. No, I didn't mean to. Your intentions are irrelevant. Everything moves along the path forged by my wish, and you shall continue to follow its will. Ugh. You know what? I'm done feeling like this. I don't want anyone else to go through what Hayden did. And what are you going to do about it? And what are you going to do about it? I'm done listening to you. Without me, you have no influence over this world. Oh ho. So I'll die. I'll take my own life right here and now. I grabbed a nearby knife and held the tip against my breast. My hands were shaking, my heart pounding, my whole body was racked with terror, but I could have sworn I heard Morgana gasp. This was her one weakness, I thought. What are you thinking? Don't do this, Giselle. Don't be foolish. Yeah, the time period. Put the knife down right now. I'm done trusting anything you say. Giselle, put the knife down. Missed you so very much, Mikhail. Wanted nothing more than to see you again, but if my being Morgana's guide is going to cause other people suffering, oh boy howdy is it, then I can't. It's all over, Morgana. Huh? There's no blood. Not even pain. Why? Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. I told you not to be foolish, but you just wouldn't listen to me. Such a silly girl. I really am. Well, couldn't even die if I wanted to. Learning that absolutely crushed me. My backup plan, the one escape route I had thought available to me, had been ripped away. My spirit crumbled, and I felt myself sinking into a vast darkness. I began losing my grip on myself, which is when I recalled Hayden's advice. Build a cocoon. It was the only option I had left, my final chance at protecting myself. Although ultimately I was unsuccessful in that endeavor, as you know. But by that point, my mind and spirit had all been lost. Had all but lost. Eroded away by the years of solitude, the witch's whispers, the brief glimmer of happiness, and the eternal, boundless darkness that had left me in. It was in that moment that all light drained from my eyes, and it was in that moment that the maid was born. Ooh. Oh, dearest Mel, come over here. There are so many beautiful flowers. Now, Nellie, there's no need to run. You're going to fall, and you can't say I didn't warn you. Hello, I've never seen you before. Are you the new maid? Good afternoon, Lady Nell. That is correct. It is an honor to serve you. Oh, did you do all this? I did not. The garden was your grandfather, Lord Hayden's work. Wow, is grandfather a wizard? Perhaps he was. I'm sure he would be delighted to know you like it. Did grandfather like flowers? Yes, he loved them quite dearly. Wow, I love flowers too. I've never seen a garden with so many pretty flowers. Did you know this kind of flower is called a rose? Just like our name. Well, yes, they do sound alike. And like the flowers, you are also a very sweet little girl. Say, what's your favorite color of rose? I like all colors. You don't like any of them most? That's too bad. My favorite is pink. Pink roses are so pretty. Indeed they are. Ah, jeez, there you are, Nellie. Oh, my apologies. Please don't mind my sister. Oh, not at all. We were having the most wonderful time. That's good. I imagine we'll be seeing each other around, so it's a pleasure to... Dearest Mel, let's see what the inside's like. Mother says I have my very own room. Ah, slow down, Nellie. I beg your pardon. The inseparable siblings ran off towards the mansion, hand in hand. It was a heartwarming sight. The next moment, when they stepped inside, I saw something else. And the darkness enveloping the mansion seemed to flare up. The open door, a gaping maw into its hungry bowels. The whole house looked as though it was cackling. It was, I presume, the witch Morgana's madness taking form, a manifestation of how she felt now that her centuries in the making wish was bearing fruit. Those two children were the ones Morgana had been waiting for. Had I still had any willpower to fight left in me, I would have taken them by the hands and sent them somewhere far away. I would have done something before the house swallowed them up. But instead, I just gently lowered my eyes. Misfortune would surely sink its teeth into those two children before long. Pain and misery would befall them. I knew no good lay ahead for them, but my heart had all but frozen solid. I had my hands full taking care of myself. So I let Hayden's beloved grandchildren fall into the witch's hands. I was, for all intents and purposes, Morgana's marionette. Ah, at long last, it has arrived. The time I've been waiting for so long has arrived. Darling, devoted Giselle, I know not how to describe for you the fiery excitement burning within me. Oh, I know. I can tell you my story. Tell you exactly what that mild-mannered little boy once did. You'll be open to listening now, won't you, my dear? And you'll surely understand that I'm doing nothing wrong. Because you're my ally, my trusted servant. You and I, we live in the same world. We're as close as family, are we not? Yes, as you say. So let us curse them, all of them. Let us inflict a pain worse than physical torture on them. Let us put their souls on the rack for all eternity. Curse them, make them suffer, curse them. Now, listen carefully, Giselle. This is a tale of wicked men and my curse upon them. Kinda, Ramen. Also, 7th, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. How are you doing tonight? Hope you had a good weekend. The witch spat her curses for some time. The bile overflowing from her words, the pure unadulterated hatred brimming within, consumed me more than the horrifying things they described. She was brutally honest, each word a carefully sharpened blade of animosity. How much bitterness did you have to carry inside you to become like her? How long did you have to feel nothing but hatred to become like her? I felt like if I let my guard down, I would be consumed by her enmity. It would become mine, and I would grow to despise them myself. All the while, I kept my mind on one single thing. That is what was left of my mind, locked away inside a shell of my own creation. It was that solitary truth that allowed me to hold on to my human emotions, to continue believing. I'm always waiting. My love will never fade. When I was still my old self, I called them master, and would do anything for them. Mikhail. What's their name? They were beautiful. They had pearly white hair and ruby eyes. They... going to come for me. Yeah. Mikhail, all I can remember about you is your name. Your glassy white skin, your fiery red eyes, and your snow-colored hair. Nothing else. And that's why, when I saw her that night, dripping from the storm raging outside, I thought, you're finally here. Yeah, that would be why she was always asking her what name she went by this time. Because I didn't remember enough to know any better. You already know who I speak of, don't you? The person who called upon Rose Manor that fated stormy night. The girl with almost translucently pale skin, fillingly white hair and eyes like jewels. Ah, what a beautiful girl. Her hair, her eyes, her porcelain skin. It all matches the person in my memories. She must be the one I've been waiting for. If she is... Something the matter? No, I just thought I felt someone watching us. It's only your imagination, I'm sure. If not your imagination, then perhaps some unseen force was watching you, like some sort of witch that haunts this mansion eternally and curses people. Hypothetically. Unseen force? Are you familiar with how people refer to this mansion? Rose Manor? Yes, indeed. It's called Rose Manor because you can smell the sweet fragrance of the rose garden even at a great distance. But that is not what I meant. It is said that a witch resides within the house. A witch? I have not heard any such stories. You probably wouldn't have. It was a very, very long time ago. Nothing you need to concern yourself with. You have a peculiar presence about you. Should I consider that a compliment? Peculiar presence, she says. Does she sense something in me as I do her? This has to be her then. Her name, I need to ask her name. It's getting late. You should get some rest. Excuse me. The room has already been set aside for you. But first, may I ask you one thing? Yes? I do not believe you have given me your name yet. My name is... Michelle. Ah, I knew it. You are the one. What? You are the one I've been waiting for. I've endured so much in anticipation of this moment, so that I could reunite with you. You came to this place to see me again, did you not? Held tight to those wonderful memories until you could make it back to me. It was one or two, maybe. I never gave up hope. I always believed, and I hope you'll praise me for that. And I ask you to please say my name. To please make me... I don't know anything about you. I'm sorry. You seem to be confusing me for someone we've never met before now. You jest. You are Mikhail, are you not? This is my name, yes, but it's a fairly common name. Surely you're confusing me with... That cannot be. That white hair, white skin, those red eyes, that name, the name of the Archangel. Everything about you is the same. How can you say you're not my Mikhail? Please, Mikhail, remember for me. Stay away from me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. You would reject me? I'm so sorry. I honestly don't know you. You care nothing anymore for the time we spent together. We have not spent any time together. No, that was what the pronunciation was. No, it was Mikhail. That was what the text-to-speech was. Was it? No. No. No.
Michelle.
Where the hell did I get it from then? Guess I'm gaslighting myself over here. Where the hell did I get that from then? That wasn't intentional. That's what I thought that it said in the text-to-speech. I wasn't just fucking about out here. I swear. Oh, okay.
Michelle.
Nope. I swear the text-to-speech back then said Mikhail. I swear that's what I heard. And so I went with that. You guys were all like, oh, you've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. And I was like, alright, fine, what is it? You guys were like, here it is. And I was like, cool, I can do that. You know? Okay. See, I expect to be proven wrong once on pronunciation. Twice, however. Twice is unexpected. Once, yeah, I get that. I'm probably pronouncing every name wrong. But to then correct it and still be wrong? That's... No, it's fine. If there's anything I am good at doing, it's committing to a wrong thing. I mean, now I can't change it, right? Now I have to keep committing, because like I had already changed it, so I have to commit. But it makes a lot more sense why she's like, I mean, to be fair, Michelle and Mikhail, we're not talking massive differences. We're talking a small bit of dialect, really. We're talking an accent, really. So it's already very understandable how she'd be like, yeah, that's you, yep, But, yeah, well, whatever. We commit. See, Aki I didn't know. So, this one I was explicitly pointed out to me, and I corrected, but I corrected wrong again. No, because honestly, I was just going to say Michael. And let's... If anything, they would do an anime version of this, and that wouldn't work either, okay? They wouldn't just out of nowhere do a live-action US release. Not like they would do that to Kakegurui or something like that, but that was already an anime, not a visual novel, to be fair. Yeah, the Netflix adaptation, the Butterfly, the Witch, and the Mansion. Yeah, Yep. Somehow every story actually has a bittersweet happy ending to make it so people don't get depressed. Underestimate the power of CEOs. If you're going to pick a visual novel to do a live-action adaptation of, if you go to the VNDB, you'd start from the top. And mind you, this is up there, but there's many things above this, so I don't remember. Let's see. VNDB.com. No, it's not .com, is it? VNDB, it's not .com. It's .org. Okay. If we look at visual novels sorted by rating, it's Steins Gate, Rants, White Album 2, Mauve Love Alternative, Umineko, Someone I Don't Know, Utawara Ramono, Oe, Umineko, a different one, Tsukuhime, and then Fatal Morgana. There's 10 before it. You'd start with one of the top 10. So, you know, Higurashi is right below Fatal Morgana, to be fair. So yeah, you'd look at, like, numbers-wise, the bigger sellers. You'd look at Steins Gate, you'd look at Fate. You'd look at Fate! All I know about Rants is there sure do be porn in there. Or it's, I believe it's an eroge, right? Like, it is definitely, like, there's some lewdness in there. That's all I know of Rants. And Rants has a big script. Those are the only two things I know about Rants. Is there be lewdness, script big. That's it. I'm sorry. I see. See. So you feel nothing for me anymore. You do not need to say anything, I understand. You are feeling a great deal of disgust towards me. But no, or perhaps it's fear. Yes, you were always so kind. You would not so easily allow yourself to succumb to hatred. I understand. Please forget everything I've said. Who are you? I am but a simple maid, nothing more. Excuse me. Mountains of porn. I like how it's not like, oh yeah, there's some porn. Mountains of porn. I guess I did kind of know that they were tactical to some degree. That I was also aware of. You're right, I do have no idea. Like, I really don't. I'm but a simple maid, nothing more. Laughable, isn't it? I no longer recognize Mikhail as anything more than a concept. Man or woman, elderly or infant, as long as they had white hair, red eyes, and the right name, they were you. I needed anything I could get. I was so desperate, the thought never even crossed my mind that she was not you. The thing is that you try to do it with basically everything that looks vaguely female. Crazy. Totally unexpected, yeah. What do you think, seeing me like this? That I'm helpless and hopeless? I haven't actually checked the VNDB for a while, so... Listen to this, Morgana. Mikhail is back. She's finally come for me, but she does not remember anything, it seems. Not me, not our past, nothing. She saw me and was afraid, in fact. Are you listening, Morgana? Oh, darling, devoted Giselle. You poor, pitiful soul. That must have been quite harrowing. But don't worry, you still have me. Besides, this might not be your only chance. As long as you continue on, Mikhail could appear before you again. Do you think she'll remember me next time? I can't say. That's up to Mikhail. You do have another option, though. Forget Mikhail yourself and seek out a new master. Someone who can be yours. Someone dedicated and faithful who needs you. Someone worthy of this mansion. Someone who needs me. That's right. Mikhail didn't need you, after all. It's all right. Don't worry. You have plenty of time. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's a difference between a game with stellar writing that has a little bit of porn in it, that you could just be like, okay, cool, and a game with great world building and writing that just has so much porn. Which, again, might be seen as a pro if that's what you're looking for. It's like, oh yeah, I can get porn and world building? Let's go! Like an hour or two out of 50 or 100, I don't mind. Rance's ratio is not something I can deal with. Fair. Crazy that it's number 2 right now rated. But also, you know, to each their own. Ratings are not because of good. Maybe. Because of porn? I mean, why not both? You know. Yeah, there's a lot of other VNs known for porn that aren't number 2 right after Steins Gate on the highest rated visual novels on the database. Above even Utawara Ramono, which was originally porn, but then got better. It's raining again today. I kind of wonder what happened to him after he fled from the mansion. Although, I suppose it doesn't much matter to me. The witch is surely watching him. Such a dreadful storm. Sounds like someone crying. I was, at that point, completely out of my mind. Broken. My smiles, frowns, and gasps had all been replaced with imitations. Shortly afterwards, a flaxen-haired boy moved out of the house and went on to become a priest. The girl fell ill a few years later, her disease eventually taking her life. But the boy never once returned home. The Rhodes family crumbled. I couldn't bring myself to grieve for them, or to reflect on Hayden's sorrowful end. I simply waited for time to begin moving once more. Guess we go in through all these. Little remains to be said about my broken self, but as I stated before we began, this is the Maid's Tale, so I'd like to take this opportunity to elaborate on events I was unable to show you before. That is, if you can bear listening to such a dismal, miserable story. Ooh. I already told you of my meeting with the beast, so I will begin the second tale from here. After Bestia slaughtered the merchant who showed up at the mansion, his mad laughter echoing through the halls. It's been a little bit since we've been back here. He was a very sane individual. Very sane. He's legitimately one of the few that seem to have it coming. Because, like, yes, nobody deserves to be broken to the extent that he ended up broken. But he was not good to begin with. He was one of the only, like, people in the house that really deserved it. Like, even the mafia guy, his family had done some messed up stuff, but he himself really didn't. He wasn't a bad person. The flaxen-haired kids, at least the boy didn't ask for any of that. The girl was a little overzealous, but he was a bad person. He straight up liked hurting and killing people for no reason other than cause. Do not remember what. I think I just gave him generic decoys anyway. Did you hear that? Did you hear his screams? He said I was a monster. A mutilated body lay sprawled across the living room floor. As you can imagine, that was my first time ever seeing such a bloody, mangled corpse. That's true, because she didn't have to see Mikhail, she only saw the blood left remaining. Could not look directly at it, so I averted my eyes. Hey, you saw it. It just proved that beasts are stronger than humans. Indeed you did. Ah, I know. I've got a great idea. You asked if I wanted to become the master, and I said I did. Wait, for him wasn't it even, it was like, it's further down, right? Which means you work for me, isn't that right? So you'll do whatever I tell you to do, won't you? What do you have me do? Chop up his arms and legs and make a stew out of him. And don't you hesitate, or you'll end up like him. You couldn't even if you tried. Yes, master. Sweeney Todd was ripping Bestia off. Yes, of course. He's trying to assert his total dominance over me. It's not proper behavior for the master. Although, I am the one who offered him the role. Do it. It's an utterly mad beast. But am I really all that different? Ah, there's blood all over my hands. Sounds like someone's laughing. Is it him, or is it her? No matter what happens, it won't affect me. The cocoon is not the real me. I was looking down at what could only be described as a pile of human debris. I had done this, but that fact did not register with me. I felt nothing at all. Not regret, not anger, not sorrow or despair. Put it on the fire. He said he traded in spices. That should give him a very unique flavor. How am I supposed to work with this? Eating during Sunday streams. See, that's on you. You should know better by now. Like, if it's not a Phoenix Wright game, you should just know better. Rate so high. Oh, why is that? I was quite simply puzzled. No one had ever made such a request of me in my hundreds of years at the mansion. That's all I was, puzzled. But he interpreted it as hesitation or fear. Full reviews of the other top 10. Oh, okay. A select few people love it, and that's it. Enough into it to get fought. That's fair. That's reasonable. Clearly it's got a dedicated fan base. They wouldn't have that many of them if they'd work. So he grabbed me by the shoulder, knocked me to the floor, and skewered me with that curious blade of his. Oh, he did try. For the first few moments, he wore the deranged grin of his, but as the seconds passed, it slowly transformed into shock. Not a drop of blood spilled from my breast. And the instant he realized it, I saw revulsion in his eyes. Him, of all people, a man who cackled as he slaughtered others, was disgusted by a mere maid. It was absurd. So much so I almost wanted to cry. You. Is that all, Master? Are you not going to dismember me? You could try stabbing my face, or my neck, or my stomach, or any other part of me. Perhaps then I might die. Oh, now don't look at me like I'm some sort of exotic creature. Stop that. Stop that. Quit laughing. Why should I? My only distinctive feature is my smile. I have nothing else. My hands are covered in blood, but I can still smile. It's ridiculous. I get it now. You're the witch, aren't you? Wait, did he say that? Okay, sorry, whoops. Ah, I see. Only monsters have had a place here. Every so often I hear a woman's voice in my head. It's you, isn't it? You're the witch. Monster, witch, maid. What am I? Who is Giselle? Mikhail said she was spirited, true to herself, and she often laughed and cried and shouted. But I don't know anyone like that. I'm just a maid, nothing more than a servant. The woman's voice he had said he heard was probably the real witch's, but I had no interest in that. I almost would have preferred not having to think about anything at all. Nothing would cause me to waver if my head was empty. A world without joy or sorrow sounds quite wonderful. But nothing ever went the way I planned, for the white-haired girl whom I thought I would never see again appeared before me once more. I was quite nearly in a panic. Beneath my perfectly practiced smile was a veritable storm of emotions. Faint hope flared up within my shell. Perhaps this time Mikhail would remember me. That hope was unsurprisingly in vain. It's a yaoi game which checks out. Fair. Is someone there? Yes, I came by to ask if there was anything you needed. I cannot offer you anything extravagant, not like before, but I am here to provide you with anything in my capacity. I appreciate the offer, but I need nothing. Being allowed to stay the night is more than enough. Do you work here in the mansion? Yes, indeed I do. I've been here for a very, very long time. Yeah, that's gotta hinder people playing them outside of Japan. Or at least, cool, I suppose. A very long time. You might think this is an odd question, but have we met before? Something about you seems familiar. And I get the feeling I've been in this mansion before. Yes, we have met. It was quite some time ago, though. When was it? It was an unimaginably long time ago. Do you remember a boy and a girl with flaxen hair? Flaxen hair. I apologize. My memory fails me. Do you not remember me either? I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember anything this time either. But I will not be so pushy this time. I could not bear to be so blatantly rejected again. I see. You should probably not push yourself to remember then. There were joyous times and there were less than joyous times. But would you be so kind as to answer one question? Whoops. What might your name be? My name? My name is Michelle. White hair, red eyes, and the name Michelle. Why must you continue to bring me pain? Why can you not set me free as you were supposed to? I see. So you were... Mikhail again. Again? You should get some rest. Okay. Well, yeah. I feel like when she's referring to the literal white-haired girl, it should be Michelle. When she's referring to her dead lover, it should be Mikhail. In my head, because that's just how it's been this whole time. But for her, it feels weird to correct back to what's written. But that's only because I was wrong to begin with. If I was right to begin with, it would all be the same. I wouldn't have to correct. You should get some rest. I'll make tea for you in the morning. Also, go on. Close your eyes. The white-haired girl lay so quietly in her bed I could not tell whether she was asleep or awake. Even the sound of her breathing was too faint to hear. Standing over her, looking down at her, the locked-away despair and wails of lamentation I thought myself no longer capable of came bubbling back to the surface. But can you honestly blame me? I had been waiting for Mikhail for so long. She was the one thing holding me up. She was the only thing keeping my broken self from falling apart completely. This also explains why she was fully committed to, like, no, you're the white-haired girl. Because, you know, in her mind it has been. Yet she claimed not to remember me. Did you pity her, having to go through tragedy after tragedy? But every time she showed up, she said she did not know me, bringing me more and more grief. I've been waiting for hundreds of years. Waiting for her for so long, my mind slipping away with each passing day, waiting and waiting and wait. Yes, correct. My apologies. I have to be careful or I'll slip back to what I was then. If you weren't here holding my hand now, Tell me, you are Mikhail, aren't you? That's a relief to hear. Yes, thank you. I'm alright. Do you think I'm as muddled as I feel? Let us return to the tale then. You don't know what it feels like. You don't know how much it hurts for someone you've waited for so long to say they don't know you. You have no idea how much it crushes me. Rather than feel like this anymore, maybe I should just end it all with my own hands. I reached my hands out toward her slender neck. I was not an especially strong woman, but I thought even I would be able to suffocate her with relative ease. She was blind at that, so she wouldn't be able to run. Ah, thank you. Just about to click it. However, that was one thing I could not bring myself to do. You can't do it. I ran and I ran and I ran, though I knew I had nowhere to run, plunging myself into the mansion's darkness. I did not want to be there any longer. I did not want to have anything to do with her. But being an inhuman inhabitant of the house, I could not close my eyes or plug my ears to what happened within its walls, as much as I may have wanted to. It didn't matter where I was. I had no say in the matter. I was forced to observe the events until their tragic conclusion. Twisted, bloody madness. Their wretched wails creating a whirlwind of misery. When it was all over, Morgana cackled like a little girl. Go on, you have a laugh too, my dear. There's nothing in the world better than this. He was a beast through and through. What a fool he was to think he could become human. I love it. He destroyed everything he had with his own hands, and then couldn't even manage to mourn for it. Quite the unfortunate fate, wouldn't you say? Come on, laugh with me. Laugh with me, my darling devoted Giselle. Mikhail is dead too, though. You're worrying about that tiny detail? She'll show up again, of course. So you don't need to worry about a thing. You don't need to feel bad about any of this carnage. Rest easy, my darling devoted Giselle. If you say so. then I shall not be concerned. Yes, that's good. Laugh, laugh, my dear. Yeah, hilarious. (1863) is still the furthest along one we've seen, right? Because since then we've gone back. Because 4 was the fake past, 5 was the real past, and 6 is the continuation of that, from the maid's point of view. I apologize for making you listen to my dreadful stories for so long. You must be quite weary of them by now. But worry not, for this is the final one. And despite being the end, it is neither dramatic nor exciting. It was a single phrase, the most insignificant of things, that caused me to completely lose myself and forget I had, long ago, been the woman called Giselle. There was no malice in it. It was but a simple greeting. I miss the music, though. Do you remember how, the first time she arrived, Mikhail said I had a peculiar presence about me? She felt something there between us, and the second time she said something about me seemed familiar. She did not remember why, but her soul recognized the bonds we shared. So I assumed that the next time she showed up, she would feel something even stronger, or perhaps even have her memories. Despite having been let down again and again, I still had held on to the faintest glimmer of hope. Yes, yes. When she appeared, she was someone else's wife. Hey, head maid! Get out here! Right here, sir. Is something the matter? I figured you should get to know her as soon as possible, since you'll be spending a lot of time looking after her. Hey, get out of here! Christ, it's not a goddamn confident bone in your body, is there? I'm sorry. I'll be right out. First thing she said when she saw me was, "It's a pleasure to meet you." It's a pleasure to meet you. What did I spend all that time waiting for? It was all for naught. It was all meaningless. In this era, she felt nothing at all for me. In retrospect, it makes enough sense. But for me at the time, that was the end. Morgana! Cast me into darkness. Make me a formless being like you. I don't want to be here another second. I don't want to look at her ever again. Morgana! Please listen to me. I'm begging you. Now, what's the matter, my dear? It's not like you to throw a tantrum. I can't take it anymore. I can't do this. Mikhail again. Oh, you poor thing. Betrayed 3 times now. Morgana, you pitiful girl. Don't groan like you're having a bad dream, my dear. I am here for you. Please, Morgana, erase me from existence. If you go away, then I will be all alone. And that would be absolutely dreadful. But I... Tell me, what torments you so, my dear? What? Mikhail, we've been waiting for so long doesn't... Oh, you poor thing. You spent so long riding the currents of time that you've lost sight of yourself. What? You've convinced yourself that someone else's story is your own. Someone else's? Yes, indeed. It was such a beautiful, tragic tale you fell in love with it. It resonated so deeply with you that you felt their pain as if it were your own. What are you talking about? I wanted to tell you, my dear, but you were so convinced it actually happened to you that I couldn't bring myself to take it away. Man, the gaslighting is strong. Yeah. And what about Mikhail? She is not the one you're waiting for, and you are not hers either. Well, to be fair, as long as we're under the assumption that the white-haired girl actually is not Mikhail, that they just share a name and some similarities, and is not the same soul, the gaslighting has a core of truth. She's still gaslighting, 100%, but the core there might be true. Now, the gaslighting is about to continue. Then, what about Giselle? It's not your name. Then, who am I? Who are you? a very silly question. You are this mansion's cursed witch. I am the witch that you are. You are both the maid and the witch. But how? Do you truly believe that someone who has eternal life, who doesn't bleed when they're cut, and who can smile no matter what happens to her, isn't a witch? How much of this Giselle's memories do you actually possess, my dear? How clearly can you remember her life? Well, that's just unfair. You can't, can you? You don't know what kind of story Giselle and Mikhail wove. And you wouldn't because you were merely an onlooker, much like you are now for this present tale. And by contrast, how much of the witch's story do you know? You should know it very well. Yes, but that's because you... No, my telling it to you is not the reason. The details are rooted deep within your memory. Then That's right. You are the cursed witch Morgana. But you... I am you. No, you're not me! You split into two because you refused to accept who you were. Think about it. Have I ever shown myself to you? Have I ever shown myself to anybody? That's why. I am the witch that you are. I see, it all makes sense now. Everything has fallen into place. There's one thing I still don't understand, though. This story I was so enamored with, Giselle's and Mikhail's story. What kind of story was it? I'd be glad to tell you. You look like you're ready to know the truth. That's where the fake story came from, I guess. I believed every word she said. All my worries melted away like there was nothing. The sight of the white-haired girl no longer kicked up waves in my heart. In fact, I found myself wishing for her to find happiness. Well, to be fair, me too, but I was an observer, watching and hoping for the best. The tragedy that befell her did sadden me, but I felt bad for her like I would a character in a story. I don't know what you're talking about. I brought you your medicine, Master. Thank you. Just set it down over there. Yes? What are you staring at? My apologies. I was simply musing about how much time has passed. I can hardly believe it's been 40 years since you were a bright young businessman. And you haven't aged a day. Why, thank you. I am a witch, after all. Well, I don't much care what you are. You could be the Grim Reaper for all I care. You still work harder than anyone else. May I ask you a question, Master? What is it? Why have you not returned to your homeland? I thought it was a place quite dear to you. Can't wait for her back there. Do you still believe she will return? To a degree, I understand how difficult it can be to wait. To a degree, though for me, waiting now brings more joy than pain. With your lifespan, Master, it will be the pain that wins out. Perhaps you should consider letting go. Tell me, was her name really Michelle? Oh yes, it most certainly was. Why would you ask such a thing? Have you forgotten your own wife's name? You have waited so long that it would seem, like me, some part of you has begun to break down. Some part of her, yeah. Just some part. Yep, you poor, poor man. You know, you look a whole lot more pitiful than me. Oh my. He's not wrong. Oh, there you are. What has you in such a flurry, my dear? You are a noble servant. You must maintain your composure at all times. But the master... What about him? He was found, deceased, in his chambers. The doctor just came out. He said it was his ailment. But it would seem the master knew his time was short, for he left a will, asking not to be given a funeral. I see. I feel kind of bad for him, though. Not only did he not have anyone at his side for his final moments, he didn't want to be sent off at all. Isn't that sad? It is for the best. There's not a single soul in this world left who could send him off. With your era drawn to an end, this mansion will soon return to existing nowhere in this world. I wonder what the next one will look like. I wonder if misfortune will befall her once more. That would be quite regrettable. Perhaps if I could convince her of her tragic fate, she would be willing to disappear from this realm with me. And if she wishes to fight that fate, perhaps she will become my next master. Calling her master seems inappropriate, but I cannot think of a word that fits better. I eagerly await the next era. Please do not keep me waiting for long, master. Time pressed onward, and then, at long last, you arrived. It's just a chair. Oh, splendid. You have finally awoken. I've simply been waiting so long for this moment, tending to the mansion all by my lonesome, ensuring it was ready for your return, master, whenever that time may be. When I caught sight of you through the window, my heart fluttered. Time had finally arrived. Oh my, you do not know who I am? Do you not know who you are, either? That's quite the predicament. And how about this? I am a servant of this mansion, and as such I am familiar with the many incidents that have taken place here. I shall show you the history of this house, master. Let us be off then, and fear not, I merely entreat you not to let go of my hand. Should you hold it tightly, you need not worry about being washed away by the waves of history. No matter what happens, you mustn't let go of my hand. Okay. No matter what happens, no matter what you see, never again let go of this hand. That is everything. I prepared a number of things to say when she was finished with her tale, but I can't manage to put any of them into words. I almost hate myself for thinking it would be so easy. Letting myself hope I could simply pull her back to her old self. Accept whatever had happened to her. Take her hand in mine, and that would solve everything. The truth is so much worse than I imagined. So much more harrowing. Also, we haven't saved, like, all night. She was subjected not only to her own terrible fate, but every single one of this house's tragedies. The tales she told me are things she witnessed with her own eyes. How can I possibly blame her for forgetting me? For forgetting herself? After so many hundreds of years? No, I should be. Why? Why didn't you come for me? Why couldn't I have returned before she was so far gone? Why? Why did you show up now? Save your game crash. Oh, thankfully the game autosaves a bunch. Like, pretty often. Giselle. Yeah, it saves all the time. Because you opened the door to my memories, I now remember everything. I didn't want to remember. I didn't want to be reminded of all these empty years, of the people who passed on, leaving me behind. Of you, who refused to show up no matter how much I begged. I'm not the Giselle you knew anymore. I may have my memories, but I cannot go back to that time. My hands are stained with blood, my soul worn thin. The girl who would laugh at the simplest thing, who would tell silly jokes and wasn't afraid to speak her mind, doesn't exist anymore. That Giselle is dead. How can you say that I'm the same girl? How can you say I feel the same way I did? How can you be sure that even now, I still love you? Can you deny the possibility that I no longer yearn for you, but the white-haired girl? Can you deny the possibility that my love for you is transformed into hate? She brings her hands up towards my throat, and I make no attempt to move out of her way. When her fingers brush against my skin, they feel as frigid as death itself, far colder than anything I've felt from her thus far. If she were to wrap her hands around my neck, she wouldn't even have to squeeze to stop me from breathing. This is the fork in our road. One word will decide everything. Got it. Quick save. I don't have much time. Cool, got it. Yep, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah, I have to say something before the cold robs me of my voice. Alright. I wanted to deny it. She may have forgotten me, but what she felt still remains, as evidenced by her attraction. I didn't select that, I just moved the cursor onto it. I didn't hit the confirm button. What she felt still remains, as evidenced by her attraction to the white-haired girl who had many physical similarities to me. Her feelings are still there. I sincerely believe that, but her arctic gaze caused me to waver for the briefest moment. Perhaps I only wanted to deny it for my own selfish reasons. Maybe. It was only a few short seconds. But those seconds decided it all. Yep, that might be... Farewell, Mikhail. She slides her slender fingers down my neck, then gently shoves me back. Giselle! I'm falling, sinking into my own darkness. I reach my hand out, but I cannot grasp anything. The hand I held for all this time is so far away. I try to shout, but nothing comes out. I can neither answer her original question, nor say her name. Down and down, into the infinite void. Darkness consumes everything. My voice, my hands, my very being, and her gaze. My consciousness slips away. Why? Why did I hesitate? I wish I could have at least told you I still loved you, even if you did not love me. Don't we always get things saved? Yeah. Are you sure you really wanted to let him go? Oh, sorry, that's the witch. Are you sure you really wanted to let him go? Yes, I'm sure. I see. I don't think I'll ever understand. If you hate someone, you should chain them down and torture them for all eternity. It was the perfect opportunity to trap his soul. I do not hate him. Oh, is that so, my dear? After everything you said, I simply assumed. I could never come to hate him. I could never want to see him dead or tortured. Oh, then why did you say what you did? I don't think you would understand. Probably not. I'm not particularly interested in understanding either. It doesn't matter what happened in the interim. In the end, nothing's changed, has it, my dear? You're still my darling, devoted maid. With enough time, you will once more forget your name. What a wonderful world this is. Man, yeah, Morgana sucks. So much. Ending 4. A moment of hesitation. Let's make sure that gets like registered before I load. Alright. Of course, I'll deny it. While I was floating in the darkness, I heard a voice. Regrettably, it took me far too long to realize that it was your voice crying for help, calling for me. There are still 8 endings to this game. We've seen 4. We are halfway through the endings. The fuck? I don't think we're finishing this game this week. And there's a very distinct possibility we have to take a week off next week. Next weekend's pretty packed. You may have lost hold of your old self, but somewhere deep down, you kept calling for me. Like, yeah, I hope not, but like, I guess it could happen. That's how I found my way here. I said next weekend's pretty packed. Is the entire month? Is any part of the month as packed as next weekend? Like, really? Is anything more packed than the release of the Final Fantasy Magic set that I've been waiting for so long, the Switch 2 release, Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4, the Game Awards, Pokemon Go Fest, my brother and nephew being in town, the new Path of Exile League being showcased, having an indeterminate amount of boxes to open on stream, and I'm probably forgetting things. You're telling me that there's something that can compete with that over the course of the month? I think not. For me, at least. I refuse to believe that isn't real. I refuse to stomp on a love that survived for hundreds of years. By all means, hate me. That's how you feel, that's how you feel. I don't care if you spit bile at me for the rest of eternity. I will not let go of this hand. Because you asked me not to. I could kill you right now. If that's what you want, then go right ahead. But I'll fight you with all I've got. Estelle, I've missed you too much to lose you again. I don't care if it makes you despise me. I don't care if you think I'm being inconsiderate. Death Stranding 2 is coming out, yeah. Pretty excited for that. I want to save you. But I'm not the Giselle you once knew. I'm an abomination. My mind and body are twisted beyond recognition. I'm a disgusting monster. The woman you fell in love with does not exist anymore. So just forget about me. You are the one who should be saved, set free from me. You look the same to me. Your manner of speaking, your temperament, your physical appearance may all have changed, but you are still the same Giselle I love. You should never have done anything for a foolish girl like me. You gave your life to save mine, and I hated you for that. I never once considered how you felt with all those knights pointing their blades at you, or what drove you to allow me to live. I should have, but I didn't. I was the one who trusted the witch, and yet I complained when you never showed up. I unfairly resented you for it. I'm a horribly self-centered person. You'd be so much better off with someone pure and unburdened with all this nasty suspicion and doubt and animosity. You'd be so much happier with someone like her. Giselle, you've been paying attention, haven't you? You were there for all the tales I told you, for everything that has happened up to this moment, so you should know just how loathsome a woman I am, too weak to even keep herself together. No, Giselle, I'm nothing compared to her. Giselle! See, you haven't changed one bit. You still get louder and louder the more you lose your temper. Why do you feel the need to compare yourself to her? Because she's a better match for you. Giselle, I want you to listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. I'm so sorry for keeping you waiting, and I want you to believe me when I say that I dearly missed you from the bottom of my heart. I wanted you back, and that has not changed. I believe me. I love you. I missed you so much too. She leaps into my arms, and she's just as cold as ever. Her warmth-deprived body feels like the embodiment of all my mistakes. I wrap my arms around her, and I'm immediately filled with unparalleled relief. Even as she sobs into my chest, her body cold as ice, and then the darkness parts. We are, once more, at the top of the observation tower. It's still shrouded in a miasma of shadows, but we're back in the mansion now. We've emerged from the darkness in our heart. Mikhail. Yes? I'm sorry. For what? I never should have erased you from my memories. Yours are the memories I needed to hold on to the tightest. I'm so glad to hear you say you still love me, even after learning the truth about me. Thank you so much. I'm incredibly relieved. As I watched, it felt like you were slipping further and further away from me, Giselle. It terrified me. Maybe it makes me a coward or pitiful. but I was truly afraid of you coming to hate me. I would never hate you, Mikhail. Ever. Thank you. We must leave this place. What? It would not be wise for us to remain here long. The air is still thick with darkness. But the front door won't open. And even if we could get out from somewhere, what would happen to us? We finally found each other again after so long. I want to share a quiet, modest life with you like before. What if that all disappears when we step outside? After all, we are... She doesn't finish, but I feel like I know what she was going to say. We're different now. She's stepped far outside the bounds of mortality. And the same could be said of me. I am the man known as Mikhail is long since dead. The mansion itself does not follow the rules of nature either. As beings no longer in possession of their proper forms, stepping outside these walls could very well mean the end of us. I can't say what may lie in store, but we must return. Even though by staying here, we could be together for all time, I don't imagine that would be a very happy life. There's no sun here, no chirping birds, no trees or breeze to rustle the leaves. If we stay here, then nothingness will eat away at us. We have finally retained our old selves. We need to take action now while we can. What if I say I want to stay here? Then I'll drag you out. It's almost like we switched places. Back then it was you who wanted to stay. It's also kind of funny hearing you speak favorably of the outside, and especially the sun. The words, "That's all thanks to you," are on my lips, but before I can say them I find myself hypnotized by her smile. That smile has picked me up so many times. She claims it's her only redeeming feature, but if she didn't have it, my life would have gone in a very different direction. I'm grateful to have gotten that back too. Say, we're in the middle of a very, touching reunion, wouldn't you say? I suppose so, yes. Wouldn't you say there's a certain way these things usually go? Huh? Are you really gonna make me say it? I was, hoping you might perhaps kiss me? What? What? Oh, seriously, what? Where did all that boldness from a second ago go? What happened to all the momentum you were building? Yeah, about that. I think that might be more appropriate. Later. Later? How much later? She's waited, like, almost 1,000 years. Just give her a kiss. Just, like... Few people have earned things that much in the history of storytelling. Like, come on. After we find an exit, I mean... Okay, I get the... Every second could count. Nothing good has happened in here. We need out. I get that. That's fair. Fine. But he could have led with that instead of leading with, what? I should add Giselle to the fishing bot. It's a very rare drop, and have it play Kiss the Girl as the sound file when you fish her up. We're, in a hurry. Just making excuses because you don't want to. I swear, that's not it. Giselle, let's save that for when things aren't as crazy. Can't relax and enjoy it right now. Okay. I'm going to forget that, so I'm making a note real quick. Cool. Okay. I can't relax and enjoy it right now. What are you, 12? You know how just like 20 minutes ago she was talking about how a single sentence could really just shatter a person and just ruin everything about them? A single innocuous sentence?
He might actually be dead.
Oh, hush. Alright, fine. But you'd better keep your word, got it? Promise. Let's go then. Let's find our way out of the mansion. There, our frozen time should begin moving again. It's hopefully where our future awaits. It will be. We'll make it so. Yes, we will. I feel like there is another participant in this story who will not let that happen readily. To leave the mansion, it should release our souls as well. And in doing so, should finally provide her deliverance. So I mustn't hesitate. To end all of this for both of us, we must start again. This is where we... What? Yeah. Yeah. Darkness. It's a blackness purer than anything I've experienced in this house. Not a trace of light anywhere to be found. Why did I ever think... Yeah. 100%. Yes. Just that meme. Mm-hmm. Why did I ever think the house would let us go so easily? Why did I ever think our time in the darkness was over? Mikhail! Darkness surged through the open door like a wave flooding the observation tower. Like ivy growing wildly to cover every last inch of every surface. Damn! It's such a powerful soundtrack that just goes from so many different notes. Every time a new part of this OST pops up, it's just like, oh, damn! Like, they could have just gone with a few emotional pieces of music, and they had those, but they're like, no. Every era is going to sound different. Every, like, character is going to sound different. Everything's going to sound different. We're going to have Niaz, and we're going to have a witch's theme. Yeah. Udawara Ramono had no right having a soundtrack like that either. It's crazy. And, like, I feel like more than most, this one is aiming at different genres and hitting them pretty square on and, like, really well done. Good stuff. Consuming, defiling, eroding. Our fingers slip apart, and concentrated rancor rains down upon us. Ah, how hideous a world this is. No, Gale. Please. Oh, okay. Don't let go of my hand. So I can actually get a screenshot. Yeah, it sure knew what it was doing with music for sure. Giselle. Mikhail. I said I would never let her go again. I said I would get her out of this place. I swore I would. But as hard as I try to stretch, I can't reach her hand. Help, Mikhail! I can't move. I can't move my body. I went out of my way to give you a beautiful tragedy. So why must you so stubbornly insist on this ugliness? The more you struggle, my dears, the thicker and more palpable your filthiness becomes. Ah, it's sickening. Wouldn't you agree? She's always spat her bile with a song-like cadence. Singing like a little girl, chirping like a morning bird, she celebrates misery, and she watches for the worst possible moment to let out a cackle. Morgana! Oh. Are those her scars, or is that... No, she's wearing, like, pants, right? That's just, like, wrinkles and dramatic lighting. I swear, you two are hopeless. I pity you. I give you my deepest condolences. Let go! Let me go! Don't take me away from him! Giselle. The darkness seeping into her grew thicker by the moment, and its black tendrils weren't just wrapping around her, but me as well. Stop this, Morgana. Stop this, Morgana. Let her go. Wow, nothing more original. Well, I mean, this was soaking got Lahi from, clearly, yes, obviously. I need a devoted puppet to protect this mansion for me, so I can't give her up, not even at your request. Besides, why should I give back something you threw away? Something you abandoned again and again? What are you talking about? You still haven't figured out, my dear? Oh, was he? Okay. Or are you just feigning ignorance for your own convenience? You always did like to withhold anything that might prove disadvantageous. Mikhail. Giselle, give me your hand. Reach harder. Reach as hard as you can. Grab my hand. I can't do it. It's like I'm tied up. I can't move at all. She's right there. She waited so many hundreds of years for me, finally managing to reclaim herself. And she's right there. So why can't my hand go any further? Why can't I reach her wrist, her hand, or even a strand of her flowing hair? Why can't I get her back again? Mikhail. That's not great. Her voice is growing fainter, more distant. The darkness shrouds her, taking her away from me. Her arms, her fingers, the hands she led me with, her smiling face, her once glowing grin and her now more modest smile. The witch's darkness is stealing every last bit of her. Welp. Stop, please, don't do this. Take me instead of her. Why does it have to be her? Why her? Morgana! Why? Because your work is done, my dear. By all accounts, as the one who resurrected me, you should have become my guide as well. But you let a silly woman emotionally manipulate you, and you gave up on cursing others. And then you threw away your life, deluded into thinking you were protecting her. Morgana! You already gave up the position once. Don't think you can just walk up and ask for it back. Set Giselle free. I'll do anything you ask. If you need a puppet, I'll be your puppet. If you want more from me, it's yours for the taking. But I can't leave her to remain in this cursed house any longer. You certainly have let your obsession for this girl take its toll on you. I much prefer the old pessimistic, cynical Mikhail. It wasn't until I met Giselle that I truly became human. She made me into what I'm supposed to be. I can't lose her again. Is that so? Well, you'll come to the harsh realization soon enough that everything you saw in her was just a facade. It was not. Alright then. If you want her back so badly, you can have her. But in exchange, I want you to entertain me. Will you endure maddening agony for me? I'm gonna just, save a little game. So benevolent, yeah. Will you know pain enough to make you howl? Will you face despair again and again and again? If you need her that badly, you can bear anything, can't you? If that is what you want from me, if that will allow her to see the sun once more. Brilliant. Wait, Morgana! Morgana! As you wish, foolish boy. I was looking for a way to keep busy anyway. You can really tell she cares deeply about herself and entertaining herself and getting vengeance for being slighted and... No, that's it. No, that's it. So I'll use you to kill some time. Find your way to me, my dear. Find your way to me without going mad or succumbing to despair. And do hurry, or she might lose her mind again. Those memories you forced her to relive. Those hundreds of years she spent locked away in her shell. All that fear that ate away at her. It's a bit much to reflect on with a clear mind, wouldn't you say? That's why I need to be there for her. Why I have to get her out of here. That's my obligation to her. You're the one who let go of her hand, though. You can put a broken cup back together, but the slightest tap in the wrong place will shatter it again. Morgana! The witch's cackling fades into the distance. My outstretched hand is completely enveloped in the shadows. I can't even make out the faintest outline of it. And I can't tell if I'm sinking, floating, being pushed along some invisible stream, or falling with incredible speed. My eyes are open, but they can detect nothing. The complete lack of sound is almost painful. Nothing, anything, anywhere. Void. My consciousness begins to drift. Vague remnants of the feeling of her hand in mine are my only link to reality, my one and only landmark. Giselle. I must get her back. She waited enduring for hundreds, almost 1,000 years, and now it's my turn to act. I have to hold that resolve, hold it firm, so that I never forget her again, so that I never lose myself again, even if I'm consumed by the darkness. You must never back down. You must never look away. You must never lose her. The house in Fata Morgana, the story behind the story. We've beaten the tutorial, I guess. What? What? Hey, Master. Hello? Is anyone in there? Master? Oh, good. Welcome back. What's gotten into you? Ah. Thought you'd fallen asleep with your eyes open. I'm not accustomed to people needing my attention, or I suppose talking face to face at all. This is my mansion? Giselle's right in front of me, smiling like she always did. Smiling for me. You're not hurt, Giselle. You have been alone for 10 years, but now I'm living here with you. So what did you say we do a little practice conversation? Practice conversation? What exactly do you think I am? Yeah, no offense intended. I just thought it'd be nice if you had more back and forth skills. So in short, you're saying I'm a poor conversationalist. I need training. Yes, also you're super dense, you can't take any hints, and you don't show your emotions like ever. Hey, don't get so snippy. That's not what I meant. I'm saying we don't talk enough. I want to talk to you more. It's fun. No, this is an old memory. From when Giselle first returned to the mansion, when we were just starting a new life together, when we were still feeling around in the dark. What exactly would you like to talk about then? Each other, of course. I have nothing to say. Now, let's not be rash. It can be anything. Things you like, things you don't like. Start with something small, insignificant. Does that serve any purpose? It does, yes. The more you know about someone, the closer you feel to them, and the better friends you can become. Is that how it works? Now that that's out of the way, ask me something. Ask me anything, and I'll gladly answer. Her eyes are lit up like a child. She's really so eager to converse with me. I don't believe it. What's the matter? I'm ready for anything. Very well. I'll ask what comes to mind. Go for it. Cool. feel like at this point, he'd pick either A or D, right? Like, yeah, we'll probably have to go through all of them, but I feel like at this point, his first one would be either A or D. I'm gonna go with D. He's really the "are you sure you're happy here" type of guy, so like... Of course, I love it here. Being with you, being able to talk to you like this. See, that I don't understand. What? Why not? I find it difficult to believe there exists any reason speaking with me would be anything but unpleasant. Oh, you're so negative. Oh, hush. Say that, for example, instead of me, there was someone not so pessimistic here. You'd rather be talking to them, wouldn't you? I really do enjoy this, truly. I will admit my time down in that village was, for the most part, delightful. Except for the bits that really, 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 really weren't. Like, really weren't. But, oh, how should I put this? I started realizing, yeah, I'm kind of forcing myself to fit that image. I'm trying to convince myself that that's okay. But somehow when I'm here, there's none of that. I wonder why that is. I certainly wouldn't know. I suppose you wouldn't. Ah, I know. Maybe I think of you as a kid now. Come again. I love talking to kids. What are you, 12? Huh? Hey, now don't give me that look. What I'm trying to say is, you're very sincere, Master. You're not going to smile and then stab me in the back when I turn the other way. I can relax around you, which is nice. I see. You just blushed, didn't you? You're blushing, you adorable little thing. It's alright, you're allowed to fall for me. Is there any window in particular you'd like to be thrown out of? No fun at all. The rest of the options? Yeah, okay. My age? Take a guess. Thought she said she would tell me anything. I mean, we know she's been here at least a year. She doesn't seem super old. The other bad ends are here. I want to say 20. Wow, you're exactly right. You're surprisingly astute, Master. And what's surprising about that? I didn't expect you to get it on your first try. Have you been secretly watching me? Oh, Master, you're making me blush. Why the silent death stare? I'm struck with an overwhelming urge to hurl you out a window. Oh, you're no fun! Okay, it's your turn now. How old are you, Master? As I recall, I should be 27 this year. His family banished him at 17? I absolutely assumed him older. I assumed him older by another 10 years or so. Holy crap. So he's been alone in this mansion with nothing but a cackling voice whispering in his ear since he was 17. Oh yeah, that definitely hits different than like... I feel like that hits way different than if it was the 10 years from 27 to 37. Like, damn. Yeah, it's crazy he's not. It's crazy that he's not crazy. Oh wow, you're much older than I expected. What? Am I insane here? I thought he was younger than I expected. What did you expect? You are very mellow, like I would expect of an older man. But every once in a while you give the impression of a teenage boy. Yeah, because he's basically stopped aging at 17 emotionally and conversationally. Because he's had no interaction with anyone but a cackling voice in his ear. For what it's worth, I meant that in a good way. For what it's worth. Want to know about my family? We're pretty normal, I think. Not much interesting about us. We had been able to get citizenship in the capital, but we weren't super rich or anything. In fact, it was because we were having money troubles that ended up here. It's not easy for 3 women to make it on their own. didn't have a father or any brothers? No, we lost my father to a plague when I was young. And since then it's been me, my mother, and my older sister. But they're both bright, lively people. Our family motto is a smile can make anything better. Maybe that explains why she can still smile now, even after nearly succumbing to despair. I always kind of wanted some brothers, though. Men are more suited to physical labor, yes. Not quite what I was going for. I feel like, I don't know, the kinds of things you would ask a brother and sister for help with are different. Not sure how to explain it, but a guy with broad shoulders and muscular arms is someone you can look up to, for instance. Someone who looks like they'd always keep you safe. She's never been betrayed by family, it would seem. She can't even imagine family hurting her. She has no idea. Those closest to you, those who are supposed to care about you more than anything, can be your greatest enemies. That blood is a bond heavier than any chain. Master? I believe your brothers are still on your side. It's been so long, I don't know if they are. Don't know what they think about me anymore. Sure, they're still your allies. You want to believe it too, don't you? You want to believe they're not enemies. Let's believe in them together, then. Anything you want to believe, you should. It's such a better way to look at the world than the other way around. You have to be positive, or one day you'll crack. Always remember to have faith so that it doesn't happen. I don't understand. She's honest about her emotions in a way I simply cannot be. She's the exact opposite of me in that regard. Yeah, and also color scheme. It's almost like you two were designed to be polar opposites. Opposites. Yet she can still read me. I don't get it. How can she understand me like that? It's like she can read my mind. If only I could just tell her everything. Make it all another page in our mindless chatter. Get everything weighing down on me off my chest. Something the matter? You're cruel. What? I said you're cruel. I'm sorry, ignore me. In preparation for the day you can finally go back home, you're going to have to stop being such a picky eater. Where did that come from? Think about how terrible it would be if when that day finally came you went back sickly and weak and emaciated. You wouldn't be able to enjoy yourself. You're still alright, Master. You're doing okay. So let's try to keep you healthy. Wow, how very forward of you. Huh? My taste in men is the last thing I expected you to ask me about, Master. I don't recall specifying people. Now, don't fret the details. It's only natural to be curious, so let's make it about that. That's the last thing I wanted to talk about. Here then, tell me about your first crush, Master. And I have to start? Never had one. What? No, I'm not buying it. You were living in a home until 10 years ago, weren't you? Surely there was someone who caught your eye. There was not. Without missing a beat? Oh, fine, then I'll go. My first crush was the son of a blacksmith. You missed the part where you ask, what kind of guy was he? This is such a pain. Since you asked, he was a huge, muscular fellow. He was so tall, he would always hit his head on a doorway whenever he came into our shop to trade. Oh. Nice beefy guys really are great, huh? They make your heart go all fluttery and tight. You're trying to imply I don't have a chance. Though, I think that was more admiration than love. You know, the way a group of girls would get together and fawn over a popular, good-looking guy, it was like that. So they're saying the buff bastard was popular. Very much so. I wonder what love feels like. Never got the chance to find out before ending up like this. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get all dark on you. Say whatever's on your mind. I don't deserve your consideration. It was my family that put you through that, after all. Perhaps it is my reticence that causes her to watch her step around me. Damn. I need to come up with something to say. I'm sure it'll be the smoothest, best thing anyone's ever said in this situation. When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band when I was 14. Oh? You asked about my first crush. Ah, I knew you had one. Was it the whole marching band or just one member of it? So tell me, what was she like? She was the daughter of a noble family. Her name was Amy, and she was a year older than me. Ah, love between nobility, a world I can only ever imagine. It never went anywhere. What? You didn't try to woo her? You didn't shower her in presents? Were you by any chance a late bloomer, Master? She was my brother's fiancée. Ooh, I see. So it's a love that can never be realized. That's sad. Not really. Besides, I don't feel anything for her anymore. And what I felt then was just impulses. Guess that makes us both inexperienced. Suppose it does. Okay. I think that's enough of that. So it is. See, what I was saying, Master? It's just a short conversation. I know you better than I did before, and you me. It's fine and well, but what do I do with that knowledge? Huh? You don't do anything with it. It's fun learning things you didn't know before. That's all there is to it. What happens when there's nothing left to learn? That's a day I don't think will ever come. People are always changing, growing, so there's no upper limit to what you can know about them. Except me. I've been the exact same for the past 8 years on Twitch? Maybe a little hairier. Maybe gained a little weight, but, you know. It's always something new to discover. I say as if I didn't used to have long hair, but I feel like this and pandemic hair were my longest. I am getting it cut before Kineticon, but I used to get it cut wig cap short, like short, and now I'm getting it Alan Wake short, so... Gained a few cards and figures, that's true, but that's not a personality thing. That's not me as a human being, that's me as a consumer. So, started playing visual novels every Sunday. You're right, there is no greater shift. That's it, that's the biggest thing. Maybe we'll be here for many more years, or maybe you'll be able to go home sooner than you expect. But either way, I hope we can keep getting to know each other until then. And of course, if you're open to it, it doesn't have to end there. We can continue getting to know each other for years to come. Hey now, what are you looking away for? What do you think? Because you keep throwing me off balance. Don't crash out on Pokemon. Yeah, that's fair. It was really just that one Pokemon game, because I actually defend Scarlet and Violet, which most people will not do. So it was really just the one. I still say Sword and Shield is like bottom of the barrel Pokemon. Though I will defend musically and the visual design of the world. Sword and Shield looks pretty. I like the routes, I like the zones. 100%. Yeah. And to be fair, the things I was worried about happening did happen. But I imagine the things they expected to happen happened too. I got it all out of my system mad at Sword and Shield, so when they did the same things again in future games, I went, well, who was going to expect they were ever going to undo it? Fine. Like, they trimmed the Pokedex. And it's always going to be trimmed from now on. And I got it out of my system mad at Sword and Shield, and now it's just how things are. And every game that goes on, it'll be somebody's first game, and people won't even know what it's like to have a full Pokedex in a game without DLC. And that's just life. That's just life. But I sure did vent it out of my system for that one game. Yeah, that's true. A few months ago, I was doing everything in my power to avoid her. But now that smile of hers seems so oddly enchanting. Oh, what an era. I don't understand. And to be fair, I wasn't going to give Scarlet and Violet a go, but Birdie straight up bought it for me, and I couldn't not play it after that, and Scarlet and Violet does not get the hate it deserves. Hard stop. Yes, if they were given another 6 months to a year, it would have been way less buggy. The performance issues were not ideal. But they had some actual really good and new ideas. And that's something Pokemon hasn't seen in a long while. And I kind of like a lot of those ideas. Not all of them. But I respect them for trying something new. It's a shame that the devs really have no choice on the matter but to pump a Pokemon game out every year, otherwise they could have had time to make it actually run. That's true, which was explicitly a side game, but yes, you're right. When I'm talking about Scarlet and Violet, I'm talking about mainline Pokemon games, because you are right, Legends Arceus, phenomenal, yeah. DLC has given them a buffer window, and DLC has given them the option to sell that instead of having to rebuy the entire game and play through it again, like the older third versions. Same with Monster Hunter. Packaging something as DLC as opposed to having to rebuy and replay the entire thing is nice. Play. X and Y was phenomenal because it was our first time in 3D, it had megas, it had a decent shiny hunting system, and it was before we realized that we were never going to get a new version of those Pokemon again. The 3D models were new to us, as opposed to being several generations old and being the same 3D models. At that point they were new and different and interesting and cool, and I loved X and Y. I did so much shiny hunting in X and Y. I did so much shiny hunting, and I enjoyed it. I had a great time with it. It's worse in hindsight, only because we now know they weren't going to change all those things. But, like, I enjoyed my time with it. I will do my best so that we can make this work. Now those models are 12 years old. Oh, speaking of things that make me feel old, did you know that next year, DVDs will be 30? Yep. 1996. DVDs will be 30 years old. That's bananas to me. Bananas. Because I remember, like, I had VHS. I had VHS players. Like, yeah, okay. So I'm not the only one that watches Technology Connections, which is great. One of the better YouTube channels out there, Hardstop. Straight up one of the better YouTube channels. I remember Laserdiscs, but the only time I ever encountered one was we watched two in school. They had Roots on Laserdisc, and they had we watched this like series about a boat, and I don't remember the name of it at all. It was a boat that like crash lands, gets shipwrecked somewhere, and they have to like survive and get rescued. It's like the voyage of the something. All I remember about it, besides them getting shipwrecked, was that there was a deaf woman who was a crew member. That's all I remember. But that was on Laserdisc. They specifically, that my elementary school had a Laserdisc player. I've never handled one myself, but my elementary school had one. Yeah, Technology Connections, easily one of the best YouTube channels. My only problem is it's very easy to fall asleep to. I gotta be like, no, stay awake, pay attention. This is actually interesting. Really, I swear. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah. Like, topics I never knew I cared about, like retro reflectors, humidifiers, how a rice cooker knows that rice is done. And so much heat pumping. So much heat pumping. So much heat pumping. So much heat pumping. He was the reason I was skeptical of getting my air conditioner here, because I do have one of the floor models, but I didn't really have a choice. The windows here do not work with air conditioners, because they're like the vertical sliding windows. They're not the like slide up windows. So I could not do a traditional wall unit here. So I had to get a floor one, but he was the one that made me do enough research on it to be like, this one has gotten good reviews, this one people talk about well, like I know it won't work as well as a window unit, but cool. Yeah, I wasn't modding anything. I could go back through my Amazon history, but I don't remember the name of it right now. But it was the best one I could find between functionality and price. I knew I was going to need it here, so yeah. But I could find it on Amazon if you're actually looking for the model. Says how I was too awkward back then to even compliment you on your smile, to put my feelings into words. I was too cynical to accept what you said at face value, which I know caused you plenty of grief. Not much better now than I was then, but I will tell you this. When I next see you, I want more than anything to let you know how much I adore your smile, and how much I don't want to lose you or it ever again. You must never reclaim your old selves. Become my loyal servants. Always at my side. So nice. And curse them with me, my dears. Eternal suffering on all their souls. Oh. You know, I hate to say it, but it's a logical stopping point. And there's no music. And there's no chance we're hitting some sort of conclusion tonight. So we're saving it here. The lack of music and a hard scene transition. And at this rate, I don't know if we're going to hit another one in a half hour. So this works. This works. I mean, we finished a chapter, started another chapter, finished that chapter, and now we're on more. We got a new ending. You know, 4 out of 8 endings. For now, I need to put this on Discord because I said I was going to do it yesterday and I forgot. Tomorrow, the plan is start with Hildebrand, go to Atelier. Tuesday is going to be Monster Hunter. I want to get the cat hat, I want to get Akuma, and I want to try him out. Thursday, I'm not 100%. Let's just say Yumiya, probably, in all likelihood, Yumiya. Friday, I'm off for cards. Saturday, I'm going to be in... I'm going to say I'm going to be in the city, but that's a lie. I'm going to be in New Jersey all day for Pokemon Go Fest. I don't think I'm going to have the energy to stream Saturday night, even though technically it only goes to like 2 p.m. I kind of get the feeling that the lack of sleep Friday night and then walking around all day in Jersey is going to take a lot out of me. So I'm going to assume no streaming Saturday night. If I stream Saturday night, it will be opening the cards that I will hopefully be buying Friday. But realistically, I think the safe bet is to do the stream on Sunday opening the cards. I'll probably end up doing it midday, depending on how my day goes. But it'll probably be a normal length stream because the hope is I'll be getting a bunch of cards. We'll probably be doing 2 card opening streams total because I'm going to get some this Friday. And then eventually I know the commander decks I ordered came in. I'm going to want to open those and go through them. Even though it's a set deck list, it'll still be fun to open them and go through. And they come with other packs. And maybe I'll have some cards to open when that happens again too. So we're looking at minimum 2 card opening streams spread over some time. And the Monday after, a week from tomorrow, I will also not be streaming because I'm going to a second pre-release. I don't know whether my local one is doing it or the one across the street is doing it, but it doesn't matter. I'm doing 2 pre-releases. The one, my local one, is said they might try, but they also said they might do Wednesday instead, which I can't do because not only is it D&D, and I don't want to miss that, it's literally session 1 of a new campaign. I can't miss session 1. I can't, and I won't. So Monday it is. So next weekend's going to be a little scattered, a little different. I'm looking forward to doing Hildebrand tomorrow. That'll be fun. And yeah, that's what we've got for now. Obviously, we have extra shoutouts. Plans are stacked. Yeah, boy, are they. Hopefully I'll catch something fun in Jersey. I imagine Pokemon Go Fest is always decent. My brother and nephew always get way more shinies. It is disgusting how much luckier they are than me. Obviously, thank you, Atelier, for the resub. And we also had everyone in chat hanging out, having a good time. That's the general schedule for the next few days. I'm going to post it in the Discord. Bad New Jersey. Yeah, I don't hate New Jersey. I hate on New Jersey in a like meme way. Like I like the meme of New Jersey sucks, but I don't actually hate New Jersey. However, the one area we're going to is the one area of New Jersey that actually kind of deserves a little bit of hate. It's the bit that is adjacent to New York City. So you get all of the pollution, smell, people problems of New York City without any of the benefits of, well, at least it's New York City. There's great food. There's stuff everywhere. It's the worst of both worlds. As soon as you get past that little bit of coast in the northeastern part of New Jersey, you're honestly fine. Jersey is a fine state. that little tiny stretch where we will exactly be is kind of like, okay. But it's an excuse to spend a day with my brother and nephew, which I don't have very often anymore. So happy for that. Got ourselves a monster, a core, a Discord. Also, if the area where you're at in the United States, if you are in the United States or East Coast, whatever, right now, and you are above a certain longitude, apparently the aurora is supposed to be visible far further south than it normally is today. So if it's clear outside, maybe go and take a look. That's what I'm going to do as soon as I end the stream. I'm going to go outside and take a look. I live in a city, though, so tons of light pollution. Probably not seeing anything, but, going to go take a look anyway. Entirely in your kitchen? No. Localized this time of night West Coast pain. I mean, it's still in theory. I mean, you probably got light pollution, but, like, if it's dark out. If cloudy, it doesn't help. I think it's cloudy out, so I'm probably not seeing nothing anyway. But yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Vipers of Viperland. I'll see you all next time.